on, y'all? Welcome to the Go to Work podcast. This is episode 2. You've seen that episode 1. We had our power rankings for the preseason from 15 to 30. So we're about to give y'all 14 to 1 right now. We're not going to give y'all too much of a description. So let's just get right into it. At number
Get it.
14, I got the Miami Heat. And this team, they're okay. I love the Tyler Hero and Bam tangent. Go Kentucky. And I honestly, what I'm the biggest fan of was their off-season addition in Norman Powell, but also Kasparis Yakutrunis. He is probably my favorite rookie outside of Carter Bryant coming out of this draft. He was giving you 18, 6-5 at Illinois. So it's just really exciting to see how he's going to blend into that Heat culture and just provide for the team. They got off night. I'm a big Davion Mitchell guy. He's really dope.
Yeah.
He's a great addition. So they got good pieces. Kalel Ware also is going to take a huge jump. I feel like if they move Bam Adebayo to the 4, have Kalel at the 5, that's a great front court that you have, and you can work with that with Andrew Wiggins at your 3 or whoever that may be. But they got something, but it's just not enough, you know. So I'm not
Trade Terry
completely sold
Rozier.
on them. Free, yeah, get rid of that nigga
He
because
gotta
he
go.
got
He gotta
to go.
go.
Yeah, he got to go
Yeah, you was about to
expeditiously.
say free Terry Rozier. It's not free Terry Rozier. It's free Miami from Terry Rozier. Please.
Yeah,
I think we
but
all need
yeah,
that.
Definitely.
everything in a nutshell. Got them at 14 for that
The
reason.
Heat are mid.
Yes,
I really love
embodiment.
Kalel Ware though. I wanted the Thunder to pick him up.
Yeah,
He's phenomenal. I love this college tape
He's
in
insane.
Indiana. He's really good. I think when he gets stronger and gets his footwork down and NBA speed, I think he'll be good. He showed a lot. Spo didn't play him for the first half of the year, like a lot. And I was with my fellow friend that's a Heat fan. We were really advocating for him to get playing time, and he did, and he really put up the numbers to back his case for being their starting big. So I really hope they do venture towards that more. Get the Twin Towers thing going on.
He'll be going crazy.
Are you good with
Also,
your 14, Jaden?
hold on. Quick
oh, yeah.
shout out.
I'm in
Heat
Quick shout
culture.
out.
Simone Fontecchio.
Let's
Simone
Shout out to
go.
Fontecchio,
Simone,
yes.
man. Heat culture.
Oh,
We love
man, that's
Simone
our
around
guy.
here. We love
Yo,
Simone.
since the Utah days, we've been Simone Fontecchio
Simone's a
enjoyers.
goat.
Happy to see him in
Just
the
the
Heat
guy you want
jersey.
on your team for real.
Yeah.
And I'm actually happy you brought him up because I forgot to bring up somebody I love in the Miami Heat, Jaime Jaquez. He had a sophomore slump last year,
He did.
but I feel like that is a very regular thing, and I think he's very capable of getting out of it. So I just want to see what he does this season. He's a great player, great
Needs a
athlete.
mid-range shot bad. He needs a pull-up
Fair.
midi bad.
But hey, we're gonna see
He,
what
he
he's
can
gonna bring
unlock
to
his
the
game.
table. For sure. But that's my 14.
All right. At my 14, and dating back to the last video where I had the Magic at 15, this is a very hard toss-up for me. But I have the Pistons at 14. I don't really have a solidified case for them over Orlando because, like I said, it was very much of a coin flip for me. I like what they did last year. They brought that real tough-nosed Detroit culture back into the Pistons after years of, misdirection. Cade Cunningham, love him as the leader of that team. Jaren Duran is only going to improve. He's really young. What is he, 20, 21?
21.
He's going to
I think it's like 22.
21.
Oh, 22.
Is he 22 now?
He's 22.
Okay.
He's older. He's been in the league for a little minute.
Yeah, but I like him. They lost Simone. Malik Beasley should be back. I like the culture they built, and if they continue to stay locked in defensively, like they have been building that new identity, I think they can move forward. They almost took the Knicks out. They really did get into a dogfight with the Knicks,
I was
They were
close.
running out of
and
money.
I believe in them to build forward from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the Pistons quite higher, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I like the Pistons a lot. They did lose Malik Beasley.
Mm.
So see what they
Could
did
get him
lose
back.
They did lose Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Lost some shoes.
Mhm.
They did get Karis LeVert, which is instant offense,
They did.
which is nice. So yeah, I like the Pistons. I'll get into them when I.
They also picked up
I get
Duncan
there.
Robinson too. I forgot to
Yeah.
mention
Yes, they did.
more shooting.
And Jalen Duran is 21 years old.
21. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's younger.
Did I say Jaren Duran
Young.
before?
You did. You
Oh.
Yes, I
guys been
did.
watching him
Shout out Red Sox
least
Jaren
for.
Duran.
Don't ever do that
Yeah,
on
no,
this
not shout
podcast
him out.
ever again in your life, bro. What the
Jalen
hell?
Duran, yeah.
The
Jalen
fuck?
Duran.
We don't jack nothing Boston related over here. This is a New
Only
York
valid Red Sox, in my
podcast.
opinion.
Nah, none of that. Nah, that one
Not
pitcher,
valid.
yo, what's that one pitcher name? He be
Chapman.
wildin'.
Yeah.
Atman,
Yo,
that's my
he
goat, my
be
favorite pitcher
Whatever.
ever.
bugging.
Chapman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Shout
dog.
out to him. That's it.
Keep it basketball.
Yeah,
My fault.
keep it loose. All right, my 14. I don't want to say I'm low on them, but I had the Dallas Mavericks, which I have them at 14. It's just
Really?
I really like the Mavs. AD's one of my favorite players of all time. I really
Yeah.
like the Mavs, but it's just Kyrie health. he got hurt. He's gonna miss pretty much all the year.
Yeah.
He might
I think
play
they're targeting
30-ish
All-Star break for
games.
him.
I mean, we'll see.
I wouldn't push it with a
Yeah, we'll
35-year-old
see.
who just
Me
tore his
neither.
ACL, who relies on his herky
Yeah,
jerk movement to be
Yeah.
an effective basketball
definitely.
player. Yeah.
But I do like everything else they have. I like the defensive unit, especially in the front court that they're building with now AD, with Gafford, even Lively now. Who Lively and Gafford last year with Luca were fighting for like the center job because Lively was playing
Yeah.
that well, but Gafford's still very good. But and then yeah,
Yes, he
the
is.
rest of the roster I still like. D'Lo, I don't love it, but he's
It's
alright.
it's cool for the meantime
It
while
is.
Kyrie is gone. He'll get
Yeah.
the job done. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then I'll give a quick little shout out to our guy Brandon Williams, which I know Jaden will go into more detail about. But I'll just
When
give
I
him a
get
little
there.
shout out right now. And yeah,
Yo.
Hmm.
I just got the Mavs at 14. I don't know. I think they could be good in the West, but without Kyrie, we'll see what happens. Also Cooper Flag, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
great.
ask you, is
Yeah,
it more so
yeah,
their roster or just injury like you're worried about?
yeah.
Because they're not
Just
gonna have their two best players.
yeah, just injury, I guess, and also AD health. We know how AD gets.
Oh yeah,
But
I know
Street
he's not
clothes.
hurt, but could
yeah,
be.
yeah, we'll see how street
That's
close he
street
get.
clothes right there.
But I do obviously love Cooper Flag. Best prospect since Wemby. Wemby best prospect since Braun. So yeah,
Hmm.
You do the math there. You do the math
we'll
there.
see. Cooper Flag's gonna be an absolute dog. I think he's only gonna learn from just the defensive culture, especially with Jason Kidd as their head coach. So
Very true.
yeah, definitely. That's why I got him a
That's
bit
dope.
lower.
That's cool.
Okay.
So, just like the last episode, and throwing more lobs because at my 13 spot, I have the Dallas Mavericks, and it's a lot of what Ant just said. Like Cooper Flag, I feel like he's going to fit in very well. Very interchangeable player, one of the best two-way players that we've seen coming out of a draft in a very long. Well, since Wemby, but since Wemby a while. I'm not mad at the D'Lo addition, especially filling in that void of Kyrie Irving for a little bit. Somebody that Ant didn't really touch on, who I am very high on, is PJ Washington. PJ Washington is a phenomenal basketball player, great rebounder, great scorer. I feel like he found his role really well in Dallas, and I just love the way that he fits in with that team. I love Derek. Fun fact about Derek Lively, actually, he was born on the exact same day as me, February 12th, 2004. Very funny, but he is dope. He has the ability to stretch the floor. We've seen it in high school. We've seen it like a little bit in the NBA. So maybe if he wants to dive into that realm a little bit more, that would be cool, just to make himself more accessible on offense. But I love their front court. The problem is like it's just weird. Like their roster is just really odd. And I want to shout out Brandon Williams. I am extremely high on Brandon Williams. In his 15 minutes of play, he was giving us 8 points, 40% from three. His bag is elite. He's really fun to watch. So
Or
it's going
36
to be,
legend.
nah, for sure. So it's going to be fun seeing what he's going to do, especially with Kyrie being sidelined and Kyrie
Yeah.
playing Master Shifu to him while he's on the sideline, helping him, coaching him, just helping him become a better basketball player. And then the last thing I want to say about the Dallas Mavericks, I would love to see them just honestly get rid of Jaden Hardy.
Hmm.
I've been
I
watching
was waiting
Jaden
for
Hardy.
it.
Yeah, I've been watching Jaden Hardy since he was at Arenado in high school. One of my favorite high school players ever. Absolute flamethrower. But they've added D'Angelo Russell, they've added Kyrie Irving, they've added Brandon Williams, all since drafting Jaden Hardy. So it's like, what do you even want to do with this kid? I feel like we should
Yeah.
just send him somewhere else where he can prosper and just get a fair chance. But with all that said, Mavericks at my 13 spot.
Also, quick Najee Marshall shout out.
Not oh shit,
Hmm.
yes,
Yeah,
Najee
I was
Marshall.
waiting
He
for it.
was
very
great.
good. Yes, he
He
was
was
there.
Yeah.
great last
Caleb
season.
Martin didn't put up the greatest numbers with Dallas, but he is their Celtic
Yep.
killer. But
Hmm.
Celtic killer, yes sir,
yes, but yeah, no, they got a very good roster over there.
for sure.
You know. At my 13,
Yeah.
this is where we're gonna hit our first bump in the road with y'all. I got Philly. You guys had Philly in the last video, and I understand you guys as much as the rest of the NBA community. It's health. Joel Embiid, very talented player. People may have their takes on his style of play. The guy's an animal. If he was healthy for the duration of career he's played, he'd probably have a case for the most skilled center ever. And I think just off pure ability, masking out production, he is. It's a big issue. He only played what 19 games last season, and obviously it's not just last year. his availability. You have 36-year-old Paul George, 35-year-old Paul George on one of the
He's
worst
full
contracts
of
in
that
basketball.
family.
Yeah, he
Sold.
and
Sold.
I'm coming in here hating on my pick, but I really like their. I feel like in a way, Daryl Morey's trying to prepare for that inevitable breakup of the Joel Embiid era. I love Jerry McCain. I love VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe's my rookie to watch this year. Jerry McCain was pretty much the rookie of the year runaway before he got hurt, shooting the lights out of the ball. I like their roster. If they can stay healthy, especially in the East, looking shaky right now, I really think they could be a top four seed if healthy. But health being the concern, I'll leave that where y'all may want it to stay. I just really think they have a well constructed next group of guys coming in, and it's only going to get better. They got a Dembona, the kid from, oh my God, what school did he go to? Oh my God, what school did he go to? I don't know. But
Hope you
I
are.
believe in him. And yeah, I just think health being a big issue. Obviously, we didn't mention Tyrese Maxey yet. He's going to continue to excel. He's going to continue to learn how to kind of get the keys to the team because obviously Embiid's their best player, but Maxey gets the keys when he's not there, which is unfortunately more often than not. I just think if they keep the group together, I don't expect this that bad of a year out of Paul George again if he plays a consistent amount of games. If
Fair.
he really does dilute into that third option role in his later 30s, I think they'll thrive, especially in a weaker East. But health is the big red flag, and with that, all we could say is we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep. And Adembona did go to UCLA. That's the school that you were
That's,
missing.
mm,
Yep.
I couldn't
There you
get
go.
there.
Yeah.
Good.
Also, quick Tyrese Maxey shout out. He was averaging 26 last year.
Yeah,
22
Amazing,
games.
bro.
He's
but I'm
very
saying
One
when
of
good.
the
you give him
quickest
the
guys in
keys,
the
He's
league
elite.
too. You're not catching that motherfucker, bro.
Not at
You're
all.
not
Not
gonna
no,
even
catch him.
close.
and he's
He's
so
bad.
crafty around the rim. He's like a John Morant type where he just jumps directly at the rim and then counters based on you, and he has the speed and bounce to do that.
Yeah,
He's a freak athlete at his size.
he is.
For sure. And
Also,
not to
like,
take this.
oh, you got
Go
it.
ahead, and my fault. No, you got it.
All right, so yeah, no, just like games last year when it was Paul George and Tyrese Maxey, there was times where Paul George was still trying to be the guy when Maxey's like on a heater or just whatever the case was,
Yeah,
having a good game. Late down the stretch, there was times where Paul George was being trying to be the guy and taking the shots, and you have a red hot Tyrese Maxey just kind of sitting on the wing or in the corner. So yeah, no, they gotta either Paul George has to have a unfortunate reality check or they gotta
that's
they
what I'm
gotta
saying.
they
He
gotta
has to
tell him to
transition to
give
that third
Tyrese
spot.
Maxey the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Because
agree.
they're yeah.
And just a little tangent I was gonna go on about Tyrese Maxey. It's just really dope just seeing his growth and development. Like I've been watching
oh
Tyrese
yeah,
Maxey since he was playing at Houston Hoops with Drew Timmy or Drive Nation with Drew Timmy on the circuit, and just to see him just turn into what he was doing in high school in the NBA, it's so cool. It's so surreal. Wishing him the best, and it's just dope.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah,
that just brings us into our 12th spot.
Oh wait, did I do
yes sir.
13? I gotta do
No,
No,
you
you
13.
didn't.
didn't. Go.
I'm notorious for skipping
You're
people.
good.
Y'all gonna notice that.
My
My bad,
wait,
man.
did you do 13? Yeah, 13 was the Mavs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
my
was the Mavs.
13.
Mine was Philly.
I have the Bucks, which I don't
Okay.
know where
Okay,
you guys have the Bucks. You might have. Did you have them last up or I don't know. Anyways, I'll just
I
do some
didn't.
Bucks talk. I like the Bucks. I mean, they lost Dame, right? They don't have
That
a like
Yeah.
sucks.
point guard right now. They do have KPJ, who I do like.
Hmm.
KPJ's
Mm.
good. He's not Dame, but he is good. Giannis is top 3 player in the league. Very, very good. Can win
Yeah.
MVP any season, and
Literally any season.
he could also carry a team. So
We've seen it.
I have him quite high because I think they will be competitive in a weaker East with Giannis playing.
Yeah,
Also got my guy Miles Turner, who
Yes, sir.
throw him up.
did not have a great playoff last year at all for the
No, he
Pacers.
did not.
So bad that they didn't want to sign him back. They didn't want to pay him what he's worth. Bad playoff, bad finals. Like did not look good in the finals at all, man. Anyways,
No,
yeah. But I do like Miles Turner. One guy I do want to shout out is Ryan Rollins. Another one of these like younger guys that has like a build that I just like watching. And yeah, he's a good player. He's 23 years old. He's going into year 4 and he's just an incredible athlete. Good slashing skills around the rim and just a great defender. He's 6'3" with a 6'10" wingspan. So he's a good build and he's a great quick first step. He likes driving left as a righty, so that's always good. Kind
That's
of like
nice.
Anthony Edwards, he's known for that.
Hmm.
But yeah, he averaged 6'2" and 2 last year, but limited play for the Bucks. So now with like a weaker roster without Dame, I'd like to see him take a jump because I think he is a good player.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty, it's just mid
That's
Bucks
your
talk
that's
for me.
your
That's
for
my
sure.
13. Yeah, so now we can go over
For
to 12.
13, for sure. At my 12, I have the Milwaukee Bucks.
There you go.
And
Mm.
I put in my notes where everybody at their best, this team is pretty okay. I want Kyle Kuzma to play with that confidence that he was playing with in Washington. Like in Washington, he would give you
Yeah.
20 a night easy. Granted, the shot selection, the splits will tell you a different story. But when you're out there and you and Jordan Poole are only two guys who can really do anything, I feel like that's inevitable. But
On a 25-win team, yeah.
exactly. But we've also seen him be an NBA champion and be the third or fourth best player on the team when he was on the Los Angeles Lakers. He was still
Yeah.
giving you 15 a night, had some really big plays down the stretch in the playoffs. So everything you want out of a good basketball player, I feel like is there with Kyle Kuzma. Great size, he can score. We've seen him play Batman, even though it didn't really show for anything. Still, we've seen him play a really strong Robin and get a championship to show for it. So I feel like if he plays with that confidence, knowing that Dame isn't there anymore, I think he'll be great. One of my guys on that team, real life Ooter, AJ Green. AJ
Yeah.
Green is an absolute flamethrower, man. Like on
But it,
in the playoffs, he shot 7 attempts a game from three and shot an outstanding 51%. Like it was a small 5 game sample, but still like it's there. He can shoot the shit out the ball. He was number 12 in 3-point percentage in the league in the regular season. So just having Giannis around that, Giannis is a very underrated playmaker. Having
very underrated
shooters,
playmaker.
having shooters around him like that, I feel like will only make that team more effective. Ant went into the KPJ talk. I love KPJ. He was one of my guys in Houston before he got caught up in whatever he got caught up in. He's just he's just a really fun basketball player, one of the deeper bags in the NBA. Gary Trent is there, one of
Yes.
my favorite
Another
3-and-D
Hooter.
guys in the NBA. He has shot 40 from 3 before. He probably will do it again. Like he is another flamethrower that they have. And the Bucks, they have great 3-and-D guys around them. They have great shooters around them. And then you got Giannis there. Kevin Porter Jr. is only going to improve now that he has like a more solidified spot in the NBA. I'm excited to see what Ryan Rollins is going to do next season with a more hardy role. So this team is going to be interesting. Their coaching staff, unfortunately, is really questionable and really bad.
Yeah.
But
Arguably the worst coaching room in the league.
yeah, like
Yeah.
oh
It's that
my,
bad.
Doc and Darvin, hey,
They
salute.
both gotta go,
But
man.
Salute
listen,
and test without
it's
fouling.
absurd. But I feel like with Giannis on your
Yeah.
team, you got some solid players around him. I didn't
You
even
can't
talk
go
about
nowhere.
Miles
Yeah.
Turner.
Yeah.
I think those Pacer Bucks games are gonna be dope.
Those are gonna be
Being that
so
the
good,
in
bro.
division
Put them up.
trade, it was crazy. So I'm excited to see what the Bucks do this year. But I got them at third. I got them at 12.
Also, we keep on forgetting guys, but they did get Cole Anthony.
But I
Oh
was gonna
shoot,
do
Sorry,
that.
yeah,
they
Oh,
did forget about him. We did forget about him. We also forgot
yeah.
about Gary Harris, which 2025 Gary Harris isn't,
mhm.
2018
I'm
Gary
not. Yeah,
Harris. But
exactly. I'm not
Wait.
having
just a 3-and-D.
Okay,
Anyways,
well,
Chris, what were you gonna say? Cause
I was gonna put the same jacket on, but you robbed me.
my
I
bad.
have the Bucks at 12 as
Okay,
well.
go
We're just
ahead.
gonna get 3 straight Bucks
Some
conversations.
Bucks talk, man.
Bro,
I've been a believer of Cole Anthony since the day he's got drafted. His stats might not have always translated, but he is a very tough player. He could pass the ball, plays defense. He's hit some clutch shots. I feel like in Orlando he got lost in the mix with Jalen Suggs. They brought in Anthony Black,
right.
and there was real no consistency as to who was going to be the point guard. Now he's in Milwaukee, coming into a situation where Dame is gone. Their only solidified ball handler is KPJ, where I'm sure we all know he's better transitioning into a scoring role.
Mhm.
And I really think this is a good opportunity for Cole. So if he earns that full-time point guard spot, I think that would benefit them very well. He can manage, having the shooters around when Giannis is getting flooded and Giannis isn't the one kicking out the shooters. I think that he can be a contributor into controlling the pace. I like their team. Their roster isn't super outstanding on paper, but again, you look at the fact that they have Giannis who can give you 33 and 12 any given night, win MVP any given year. in my opinion, the highest motor in the NBA. Nobody tries harder than Giannis. I've seen
Nobody.
Giannis, in, not even in a stat padding way, but I've seen Giannis in 20-point losses, still attacking the basket every play, playing defense, running up and down the floor. He doesn't give up. That man does not give up. So when you have a guy like that on your team who's already a
I
widely
love
considered top
Giannis.
20 player of all time, you're not gonna go like nowhere. You're gonna compete for something.
I
Are they
agree.
gonna
I love
be able
Giannis,
to
man.
make
That'd be
noise? I'm
so
not
cool.
too sure about that, but like you guys said, this is our third time in a row talking about Milwaukee, so there's not much left to say. Losing Brook Lopez and bringing in Miles Turner is a good trade-off. Gary Harris, AJ Green, Gary Trent. They got shooters. They still have Bobby Portis there. I don't think we mentioned Bobby
Oh,
Portis.
Bobby.
Oh
They still
yes,
got, they
great
still got
six
Bobby
man,
Portis.
man.
Yeah.
Great six man. He was incredible for their title run. So yeah, I mean, we like I said, we talked about the Bucks 3 times in a row, so it's not much left to
It's
say about them,
understood.
but
Don't need to be explained
Yeah. I
what's
like the Bucks
understood.
though.
I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think they will be.
for sure.
Somebody else we're missing on that team? I don't think so.
I think we hit it on the head
We're
for the
good as
Yeah,
most
done.
part. They got enough of our time.
they did.
Uh, who's your 12 hit?
I think it's Jaden. I think Jaden starts off 12. No.
You didn't go.
Oh, for
You
12?
didn't go for
Already on
12.
12. Holy, we're flying. Sorry.
Yeah.
My 12, I think I'm not low on them. I think I might just have them a bit spot down. At least from Jaden. Chris, you might have already said them. But, oh, you did. I have the Pistons at 12.
Okay.
So, yeah, I, like Chris, I had a toss up between Bucks, Pistons, Magic.
It was hard, these three, four
Yeah, it
spots right
was.
here.
And I end up
Yeah.
having, spoilers, the Magic higher than both. Which maybe I
Mm.
just believe in Paulo more. But just like Pistons talk, I do like the Pistons a lot. Cade, I love number one overall draft picks that actually blossom, and he's been
Hmm.
that. He's been doing that, and we might see like a sneaky like top five MVP voting season from Cade, dude. He is really really good,
Wouldn't be
and
surprised.
yeah, and
Not mad at it at all.
yeah, I like it a lot, dude. And then like just like the young talent, just hopefully going to develop. Like everyone talks about Amen Thompson, but Asar Thompson is also good. Not
Hmm.
as much on the scoring, but athlete defense, he has that. And who like the sky's the limit for him defensively. So the
Oh yeah.
athleticism is there. And then Ron Holland in year two, we didn't see much of Ron Holland in year one, but with
Marcus
Malik
Sasser as
Beasley
well.
out, yeah, we'll get there. With Beasley out and with Tim Hardaway out, I like to see more of Ron Holland. Tobias Harris is always going to give you buckets whenever you need it.
Max.
Not for Philly,
Yeah.
but for the Pistons, known Pistons scorer. So I
Yes,
do
sir.
like
Yeah.
Tobias Harris. Chris talked about
He had a good year last year.
Jalen Duren. He did. I liked him a lot, dude. Chris talked about Jalen Duren. Ivy's coming back from injury. Jaden, I'm sure he'll get into
Hmm.
Jaden Ivy talk. We love Jaden
That's
Ivy
my
over
dog
here.
right there, man.
Yeah.
Yes, Jaden Ivy is so nice.
Yes,
And
he
then
is.
I also just wanted to talk about just like how much fight they showed in the playoffs because they were the underdog going into the Knicks series.
Yeah, and
Mm.
they took him.
And I mean, hey, that last play where it was a foul, where it wasn't a foul in one of those games, I mean, hey, they were in every single game, dude. And it had to
Hmm.
take Jalen Brunson doing it all for the Knicks for them to for the Knicks to get the edge and go. So yeah, I like the
Cat played
Pistons.
well that series.
What was it?
Cat played well that
Yeah,
series,
he did.
but that is the center of what the Knicks run. It's Jalen Brunson
Yeah,
creating and doing
which
everything.
we'll get to Knicks talk, but yeah, Brunson is
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get there. But I got the Pistons at a 12. Yeah, I like them a lot. I think they're
Very
good in the
fair.
East.
Does that conclude 12s?
Yeah.
It does.
Move on to 11. So at my 11 spot, I think this is the first appearance for this team for anybody. The Los Angeles Lakers.
Hmm.
This team, they got Luka and LeBron. That's always nothing that you could count out. I feel like just those two alone, and you just throw some JV guys on the team, they're at least a play-in team just because you got Luka and LeBron. So I have them a little bit higher than maybe other people would like because of that. But they also added DeAndre Ayton. They were lacking a big man. They got a big man. I actually love DeAndre Ayton. He was number one overall pick, right?
Yes, he
I
was.
don't I
Yeah.
don't I don't I don't feel like he was I don't feel like he's a bust. I feel like he panned out pretty okay. He was a center on a NBA champion team and he didn't play all that bad in the finals. He had solid numbers in Portland. So it's there. I feel like he has some hope in LA playing with two of the greatest players of our
Contributors.
generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's gonna thrive a little bit there. But the problem with the Lakers is their depth. Like They got Marcus
Yeah,
Smart. That was a good pickup. I'm not gonna sit here and hate on Marcus Smart. It was a really good pickup. Great vet presence. Great reliable point guard off the bench. Or if he's starting, do what you please with that. Jake Laravia got picked up. I'm not too high on it. It was like okay, but it's like, what do you expect out of him? Like, are you
yeah,
expecting him to come in there, average 16, 17 points a night? They got rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. I feel like that hurt them defensively pretty bad. We don't see a lot of Jared Vanderbilt, so I don't see what the purpose was of really giving him up. They're just going in a weird direction. Jackson Hayes is okay. I feel like he's very limited offensively and not the greatest defender. So it's just they have an okay team, but the fact that LeBron James and Luka Doncic are on the same team and you gave them a lob threat in DeAndre Ayton, you can't ever count them out all the way. But LeBron has done things that we've literally never seen before. So I'm not going to be the one to count him out today. So for that
yeah. We know you're
reason,
not
chill,
Ooh,
bro.
that's Braun.
I'm having him at 11 for that reason.
biggest Braun fan ever right here.
Yes, sir. I already know how that get.
Yes, sir.
Does that conclude your 11?
It does.
All right, we're getting a little more controversial and spicy here between the three of us. At my number 11, I have the Atlanta Hawks. Now, in my opinion, this is high for them from me, but I like myself putting them here. Not that they should be lower, it's just like, wow, the Hawks are up here now. I love what they did this offseason. I really, really do. Naw, incredible player. Shay's cousin, gotta support him.
Nah.
Great defender, good scrap guy, can shoot the lights out the ball, can help control your tempo. They picked up Porzingis, and as a player, that's great for them. He hasn't been the best health wise recently. I don't even know what really happened to him. He was just sick for a while. He's cleared by now, but they ever really disclose what was going on with him?
I don't
Or
believe
they
so.
just said it was illness.
They
They
just
They
kept
said
us in
have
the dark for
Kristaps
the most part.
Porzingis though. They do
yeah,
have Kristaps Porzingis, and
Yeah,
he is
they do.
so
starting the season.
yeah, he's one guy. He will pull from fucking 40. He's not the best defender, but his length, he is a plus rim protector.
He is a pretty good
He
rim
will be down
protector.
there.
He's
I
7
like
feet
their
tall.
I like their front court rotation. They got Muhammad Guy. They still got Okongwu. I like their big man rotation. The perimeter defense though is gonna make people lose their minds. It's gonna be so frustrating to play against, especially in a discourse of the NBA where it's like these guys go on there and they know the stage they're playing on. They know what teams they're gonna play. I feel like a lot of teams coming in are gonna underestimate the Hawks, and it's gonna get pretty frustrating. You could
You
go down the list. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, no, they got defense. And I think finally after all these years, they finally figured out what to really put around Trae Young. I just think now this is going to be their experimental year with such of a tailored roster. So I didn't really want to put them into the top 10, but I like the direction they're going in. And, that's obviously going to spark the Luka versus Trae Young talks, like what team won the draft trade. Because now the Mavs are left with nothing, and ATL's got this going on. Kind of blossomed it late into Trae Young's career. But I like it. I really, really do. And I'm excited to see what they do. But for now, they can hang at 11,
Okay, yeah. Jaden, if you want to get into it now, you can. You're gonna wait, okay? Because Jaden and I both have him quite high, which maybe
which
just,
is ridiculous.
which is just maybe just looking at the roster
ridiculous.
and just the
I'm not
background.
Come
gonna
Just those
on,
spoil it.
guys.
Y'all,
dude.
y'all got them over some teams. Like,
We'll
Like,
get into it.
yeah,
We're very
we
high on them.
yes we
go
do.
for it.
What the hell?
That very good roster. I really like Trae Young.
We,
We'll get into it. We'll get into
I
bro,
it.
just,
We'll get
I
into the
just
Hawks
personally
talk.
outside
think
of
you have
here's the
to
last thing I'm gonna say. Outside of the Houston Rockets, they have the deepest team in basketball right now. That's all I'm gonna say. You can get into your next spot.
Okay. Well,
But
we'll get into Hawks talk for sure because yeah,
I'm just
my
saying you gotta let a perennial play-in team cook and let them get to where they should be before we do that. But
Man, get
that's
to the
me.
next one.
yeah,
I'm
we'll
getting
get to
angry.
the
Go
next
on
one.
with y'all.
I think Trey was always the guy. Anyways, my 11. I have the Warriors, which I think I was the highest on the Warriors. You guys had them in at 15 and maybe 16. I don't know.
I had them at 15. Yeah.
Yeah, so
16 for me.
I was literally on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Warriors at 11. It just like Steph, Jimmy, Trey. Like we know what they're gonna do, especially with Steve Kerr still there, which people have their opinions on him. I
Mm-hmm.
like him, but
Hmm.
people have their opinions. He got into the coaching spot after they already drafted Steph, Clay, and Dre. So then
Mm-hmm.
they got KD. Whatever. I don't know. I like Steve Kerr.
Got gifted KD.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I have them at 11. I just think they're always going to be good as long as Steph Curry's playing because Steph Curry is very,
Yeah,
very good. And
Mhm.
and
Jimmy,
that's an understatement.
Jimmy's first full season we'll see with the Warriors because he played about half the year. He got traded at the deadline. So we'll see what Jimmy looks like. You guys got into the Warriors talk last episode, so I don't really got to say too much. Buddy, I don't like AirPods at all. Last
Nobody
year they had
does.
a chance to trade him for Laurie Markkinen and turned it down because they thought AirPods could be good. Could have
Oh,
got
how the
Laurie
I
tables have
Markkinen.
I
turned.
strongly disagree with that.
7 foot freaking small forward, but
He would have
hey
fit
man,
perfectly in there. But
perfectly.
anyways, we don't gotta do no fantasy
No
picking here.
hypotheticals out here.
Yeah. But one thing I have in my notes is just like the Kuminga saga has to end. It's been too long. I don't think he's
Yeah,
gonna play there. I'd like for him to play there because I do like Jonathan Kuminga, which maybe we could talk about some Kuminga landing spots.
I don't get it.
Because
I
I
don't get
do
why they
like,
don't give him his time.
yeah, I don't know. I do like Kuminga. He wants a lot of money. They don't want to pay him that much money. So we're just in a weird mix of like nothing. I
Yeah,
want them to figure it
Yeah,
out. I do like Moses Moody. Moses Moody's cool. I
yeah.
think it'd be nice. But yeah, I
my
got the
dog
Warriors quite
Moses
high.
Moody.
I got him quite high just because I just like Steph Curry and I believe in him. And I think he can make any team he's on competitive.
True,
So I got
and
him at
you are
11.
not
Yeah,
wrong there.
Yeah.
Wrap up 11 for
Yep.
everybody.
yeah, they do.
Okay,
Into the
so
top 10.
we're getting into the
Here we
top
go.
10 now, and the first appearance for me in my top 10 is the Detroit Pistons. I feel like they have a pretty well orchestrated like roster around Kate Cunningham. You gave him a lob threat in Jalen Duren. Jaden Ivey is back, so offense will be a little bit easier for him as Jaden Ivey being a secondary ball handler. They picked up Karis LeVert, who will be, like you guys said, instant offense off the bench. So that was really cool. I'm excited to
Hmm.
see, excuse me, what Marcus Sasser does. Maybe he could get some more clock. He's been there for around 2 or 3 years, but shooting 38 on 3 attempts, not getting a lot of them, but he could honestly let it go. He could obviously let it go. So hopefully we see some more volume, some more clock out of him. Asor Thompson, more of what Ant was alluding to. Like the scoring isn't there, but he can be a top five, top three defender in all of basketball. You can't teach that athleticism. Has a really high motor. He's a young dude. He's only gonna continue to grow. And the offensive bag, you never know, it can become. So it's gonna be fun watching him pan out. But they're a young team. They have a great roster. Tobias Harris is going to, like Ant said, he's going to get his buckets if he's not in Philly. He's going to get give you a nice little 12, 15 a night. Can't be mad at that. Duncan Robinson is there now too. So you give Kate Cunningham another shooter replacing Tim Hardaway Jr. So it's exciting. Kate Cunningham is incredible. I've been high on Kate Cunningham since he was in high school. He was outside of like the LeBrons and the Ben Simmons. He's one of my favorite guys of that archetype. Just a
Yeah,
really tall point forward who could just do everything, athletic, could shoot a little bit, really good playmaker. He could defend. I'm just really excited to see what he pans out into. But I got him at top 10. Yeah, they have good promise for the future. But right now, the 9 teams I have ahead of them, they got a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, no, them being top 10 after 2 years being the worst team ever is crazy. But that shows how much development
Word.
they've actually like made. They've constructed a good
yeah.
roster, and JB
And I love
Bickerstaff's done
when
a good
guys come
job.
in and restore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Shout out JB, man.
yeah,
yeah, no, he really did help turn. I was
Solid
just gonna
coach.
say something similar. He helped turn around that culture, and Cade too. Like I love when a superstar comes in and really establishes an old culture or a new culture and just brings back the identity of a team. And Cade really
yeah,
does put the motor in Motor City. He
Yeah, he
really does.
does. That's a
yeah.
good way
They
to
couldn't
put
have
it.
had a better guy come in for that.
I agree.
Love it.
So you know what your 10?
Yeah, I'm done with my 10. I feel we all hit the Pistons for the
Yeah,
most part, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so I don't got to banter too
yeah,
much about them.
the same about that. At my 10, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. Now,
Okay.
when I was making these rankings, I tried to be realistic and logical, but fair in terms of who's in the East and who's in the West, and not just give a team the more the better ranking because they're in the East playing Eastern Conference teams. But I have my Lakers at 10. I trust them to be better than all the other Western Conference teams I've had before them. So I don't know exactly where they're going to stand, but like we said, they have LeBron James, they have Luka Doncic. That's a very good 1 and 2 start right there.
Word.
I like the Aiton pickup. I am not the biggest fan of Aiton, but I feel like this is his chance to be Warriors Andrew Wiggins, where yes, you're a 1 pick. You're never going to live up to the status of being a 1 pick, but you can still have a good career. I think this is his chance. If you look at what they did with Jackson Hayes last year, as soon as Luka Doncic joined the team, his numbers skyrocketed, his usage and his efficiency. I think I don't even know the actual stat, but he had like substantially more dunks per game than he did before Luka Doncic. He's just being spoon fed. DeAndre Ayton is obviously better than Jackson Hayes, regardless of how anybody may feel about him. I think it's going to have the same effect, so he can revive his status in a way that Wiggins did. Not that Wiggins was actually trash, because he was the Timberwolves' all-time leading scorer for a while.
He averaged
He,
25 a game one season, man.
yeah, he was like
Wiggins
he
is
was
good,
good.
man.
Real. Andrew Wiggins is nice. Yeah,
I
I
think,
fuck with
yeah,
Andrew
I
Wiggins
think
heavy.
Yeah,
he's
not to say
a
he
very,
wasn't.
very
He
good
just never
player
lived
as
up
overall.
to #1 pick status.
I
If
mean,
you look,
dude, he might have, man. He
To
ended,
each
who
their
knows?
own. I
hey,
feel like he panned out pretty all right.
I think he panned out
Oh
too.
no,
He
he
ended up,
hundred
and
percent
he ended
did.
up getting a ring with the Warriors. Wasn't with the team that got
He
him,
did.
but he was a big contributor. Might have been his All-Star year too. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
Possibly.
no,
he
his
did have an
career definitely
All-Star year.
started off better than Aiton's, but
Yeah,
I feel like Aiton
Andrew
can
Wiggins
do
so
his
good.
version of that. They picked up Marcus Smart. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not always a fan of LeBron stacking vets on his team. I feel like you need, like, especially as the new NBA has been going forward, you need young guys. You need guys that buy into a specific role.
Mhm.
So yes, it's a vet, but it's Marcus Smart. We know what Marcus Smart is there to do. We saw him in Boston. Didn't really play much in Washington, but obvious reasons. I like it for them. Rui, I've been a big fan of Rui for years. I'm not going to say as far as that he's plateaued as a player there, but you know what happens when role guys go to the Lakers, especially with LeBron James. He's going to continue to do what he's going to do, and consistently, Austin Reeves has made jumps every single year. I trust him
Yep.
as a solidified third option on a contending team now, and I'm sure as we all probably do. Not much more to say. Think that I think they're going to be competitive. I like what they've done in terms of filling their defensive holes, and we'll see what they do. But I trust them to be a top 10 team, and like I said, I trust them to be better than any other West team I've had on this list so far.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll get into Lakers when I get there. I won't say too much, but we'll get there. But my number 10, I have the Orlando Magic,
Mm.
which Chris talked some Magic. I'll just add a little bit. We talked about Paulo. I don't know if he talked about France, but France is my guy. He is such
Yeah,
a dog, man. Very, very good player. They did get Desmond Bain. Got rid of Cole.
Yes,
Gave up a
sir.
questionable amount of draft picks to get him. But they did get Desmond Bain, and we know what Desmond Bain does. I think that's exactly what the
yeah,
Magic need.
They needed
Because
that so bad,
their half
bro.
court
Oh,
offense sometimes, man, was just terrible. And I know you have
yeah,
Paulo, and Paulo knows, who he is. He knows he can score, but you need more,
yeah.
especially in the playoffs. And they had to go up against Boston before JT got hurt, and you know how they get.
yeah,
So very, very hard. So now with a guy like Desmond Bain, who has averaged 22, 23 almost a year,
Yeah.
with that 1 year, he averaged like 19-ish,
Hmm.
20 this year. But anyways, we know what Desmond Bain does. He's very good. And then
Yeah.
Wendell Carter, I like for him to take a bit of a jump because I believe he had somewhat of a down year last year. So just
Oh,
kind
for
of get
sure.
back to like that like Wendell Carter that like we know that's playing good defense and blocking shots around the rim, can stretch the floor a little bit.
Again,
And
for
then
sure.
yeah, and we know Suggs, good defensive point guard. I like that for a point guard, especially when you have two guys like France and Paulo.
Hmm.
So yeah, and then my guy, one of my favorite players, is Tyus Jones, who
There
is
you
hmm,
go.
so good, man. One of the best backup point guards ever. I don't care. Dog does not turn the ball over at all.
no, he does not.
True.
And that's what you need, dude. Like he's not the greatest starting point guard. We saw that with the Suns. His numbers weren't terrible, but him coming off the bench being a spark that will just generate offense and won't turn the ball over is what every team needs. So
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it. I do like Goga Batazzi as well. And also talking
yeah,
about their rookie, Jace Richardson, which is the son of Jason Richardson.
Yes, sir.
hmm,
And yeah, he was a
Magic
rookie.
legend.
Yep, now he's gonna come in. He went to Michigan State and he averaged 12 and 3 boards, and he shot 50 from the field. So, not terrible. 12 in college is good. So I don't know if he'll play this year because we saw with Jet Howard, who they drafted 2 years ago now, hasn't seen the floor too much. So we'll
hmm.
see what he looks like. Maybe Jet will take a step and finally get some clock.
I mean, to be fair though, I feel like Jace was a way better college prospect than
Yeah,
Jet Howard
that's
was.
fair.
So I feel like he's gonna pan out better than Jet Howard
Yeah,
will.
yeah, no,
I
we'll
got
see.
Anthony Black too.
And then yeah,
Yes,
Anthony
sir.
Black, who I think should take a huge step, man.
Yeah,
He's
I
very,
see a
very
jump
good.
coming as well.
And then like Jonathan Isaac, who like, dude, I'm sure all of us here were extremely high on Jonathan Isaac coming out,
Hmm.
and he just cannot stay healthy. Now he's played a good amount of games this year, but like we're just getting defense out of him, which was what we
That's
know he
it.
could do.
We
Yeah,
Yeah,
want to
but
see
they
that
still have
scoring
him.
jump.
He's still
Yeah,
there. It's like
yeah.
it's always fun watching Jonathan Isaac play some defense.
That is very
oh
true.
yeah, very
Known
talented
2K
shot
based
blocker
as well.
Yes.
on 2K base.
So that's why I got the Magic at 10 though, because I think uh, a core of Paulo, Franz, Bane can probably get you there for top 10 team in the league.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree strongly. But I'll get to my Magic takes and all that stuff when I get there. For my number, damn, my fault. For my number 9, I'm gonna go with the Unction, the Los Angeles Clippers. And I am calling the unction trolling, but all trolls aside, this is a really good roster. Only problem with this roster is it is no longer 2018. It's no longer 2019. Not saying that they're not going to be able to produce, but it's not what you're going to get out of Kawhi Leonard in 2018, out of James Harden in 2019. Like, hey, 7 years ago, you see this roster on 2K or anywhere, you lock this in for a championship. But with all that said, I love the offseason addition of Brook Lopez coming off the bench. Great defensive big man. He can stretch the floor really well. All-time leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets as well. So having him just come off the bench for Zoo, I feel like that is great. I don't even feel like I feel like one can start and the other can't. I wouldn't be mad if either or were to start or come off the bench. So that's really good for your second unit. John Collins is a phenomenal lob threat, especially pairing him with somebody like James Harden. And shout out to James Harden, who has showed us that he can be one of the greatest scorers that basketball has ever seen. And then just completely changing his play style around into being just one of the more efficient playmaking ones in the NBA. We've seen, well, not efficient because he does have a turnover problem, but the fact that he's able to put up the numbers that he does, he's led the league in assists a couple times. He's always in that top 5 area. So he's really good at finding his teammates. He did it well with Clint Capella in Houston. I feel like he's going to do it well with John Collins in LA. So I'm excited to see how that tangent works. I want to see how they use Bogdan Bogdanovic, real life Uter. He can shoot the shit out of the ball. And I see him giving you maybe 13, 14 on 40, 39% from three. I wouldn't be mad at that, getting that from him. You have Chris Dunn, who showed us a lot of high energy, a lot of motor sitting down in the postseason. That was really fun to see, especially because
Phenomenal
Chris Dunn,
defense in the
yeah,
playoffs.
Chris Dunn, he went higher in his draft class. I forget what draft class it was, but he went higher and he didn't necessarily pan out into what everybody wanted him to be. So just seeing him get some love last season, showing us that he can be impactful in some type of
Yeah,
way for an NBA team, that was really dope. So I'm excited to see what he does this season with that. Kawhi Leonard, we all know the story of Kawhi Leonard, Mr. Wet Ball himself. We just want to see him healthy for real, man. When he was healthy, he was giving us sorry about that. He was giving us 25, 8 and 5 a night on 50,
Insane.
40, 80 splits. So very
Kawhi's always
efficient.
been super
He,
efficient.
he is. It's just the availability. You can't control injuries. It's really unfortunate that that has altered the way his career has gone. But regardless, when we
Zaza
see
Pachulia
Kawhi,
K.
nah, word of bro. Where I was watching
Zaza
that live,
Pachulia
I've
Big
never
K.
forgiven him for that shit since, bro. Zaza Pachulia to my nuts. But Kawhi Leonard's great. I feel like that team is going to be a hard time. They were where were they in defensive rating last year? They were third in defensive rating last year. So having Kawhi for longer, Zubats is only becoming. I didn't even get into Zubats. He had a great season
Great
last year.
defensive year.
Yeah, you could argue that he could have got most improved. He was phenomenal, man. Took a big jump offensively. Also feel like he took a big jump defensively too. So
Then he finished top
there,
5 D4. Zoo.
I'm not gonna sit here and talk
I
on that.
don't
I'm
know.
not 100%
I
sure.
got you. Hold
But
on.
regardless, yeah, nah, you could do that. But regardless, he's anchoring. Him and Kawhi are anchoring the third best defensive team in the NBA. So just having
Mhm.
them all season, having Brook Lopez come off the bench and fill that void when Zoo is out, it's exciting. It is very, very exciting. They cleaned up the scoring pretty all right, getting John Collins. I'm sure that he'll produce points in some ways that's not always him scoring the ball, but just him being a lob presence is just gonna open up for shooters, etc. But
Mhm.
I like the Clippers. They're dope. Their age is the problem. Oh shit! And they got Bradley Beal,
Bradley
certified
Beal.
bucket getter. Like they
Yep.
they they got pieces for sure. So I'm excited to see what they do, but the age is a thing. I want to see Bradley Beal get that confidence that he had in Washington for sure. But I have him 8 for my reasons.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm waiting to do all my Clippers talk. I'm not
okay.
saying
I'm gonna
anything.
get my Clippers talk over with. I don't. We're up to number what 9, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have them at 9. I do have them at 8, but I'm just gonna get it over with now because I don't want to repeat the same stuff. One guy you
Go
didn't
for it.
mention, my favorite point guard ever, Chris Paul. Which
Yep.
maybe you saved him for me, which I appreciate.
Point
If
God.
you did,
Yes, of
yeah.
course I did. Of course I did.
Okay. Yeah, so that's my favorite point guard ever. Yeah, Chris Paul's last year. It
Mhm.
should just be fun, man. Like he's back where he was probably, I mean, the most loved or the most he's felt loved back in
Yeah.
LA. No more Blake, no more DeAndre, but he does, gonna be back in LA is gonna be really, really cool for Chris Paul. And is he gonna
Yeah.
give you these crazy numbers like he did then? No. But he's still gonna play and it's gonna be fun to watch his last season.
Exactly.
So I'm very
Farewell
excited
tour.
about that. The farewell tour. That's why Braun's not retiring.
No matter how
Facts.
old he is, you could always use Chris Paul on your
Yeah,
team
of course. Great IQ.
Facts.
One of the highest
until he has to play
IQs
defense. But that's
ever.
another thing.
Hey,
Nah,
we're not
we
getting to Chris
we
Paul
we
stuff.
fuck with Chris Paul. We fuck with
Love
Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul.
over
We
here,
do.
man.
And
We
then,
do. Fun
quick.
fact.
What
Go
happened?
ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was just gonna say, fun fact for the viewers on the pod. I was an avid Chris Paul hater my whole life. In
He
recent
was.
years, these
He
two have
was.
converted me. I still do it as a
He's
joke
dope.
sometimes, but you got to respect the point guard. He's
He's
named the
dope,
point
man.
guard for a reason.
For a reason.
No one else
When
will
you
ever
bring
get
up
that
pure
name.
point guards, you can't not bring up Chris Paul.
Facts. Shout out,
The
yo.
epitome.
He is the reason Shea is what he is. I'm giving
True.
all the credit
Yep,
to Chris
that's what
Paul.
I've been saying,
Chris Paul
man.
is stunning Shea right now. Shout out to
Yeah.
Chris Paul. Shout out to Shea for real.
We'll get
For
the
sure.
Shout out to Champ.
Is
Yeah.
there even a
And
point?
then I want to do some quick Zubats talk because Jaden did bring him up, and he is really, really good. And he's
Yes, he
just
is.
also like transitioning into a top center in the league. Jaden and I were doing it before the pod. He's like a top 7 center in the league.
Yeah.
And when he
I wouldn't
came
be
in,
mad at.
like it was like him and Lonzo on the Lakers couldn't really find an identity as a person as an NBA center. Went to LA, just been developing there, and now we see him with the older roster, just anchoring the defense. Jaden already said
Yeah.
it. They have a top 3 defensive rating. They're top 3 in defensive rating. Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's just really good, man. He was 4th in rebounds. He shot 64 from the field offensively, so he's very, very good. And then one more thing about the defense. No, not about the defense. Just how good he is as an impact. The Clippers were 14.5 per 100 possessions with Zoo on the court, and that's the 3rd largest on-off differential for any player. So when he's
That's
on the
crazy.
floor, they're scoring 14.5 more points per 100 possessions.
That's
That's just
crazy.
the
Yeah.
impact that he's bringing. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's unbelievable.
Big Zoo.
Big Zoo got it. But
Shout
yeah,
out to him.
I had the Clippers at 8, not 9, but I just wanted to get it over with now because I agree with everything Jaden was saying.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
My
did you
number
get
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go me, and then Anthony's
Yeah.
gonna do his real number
We
9.
went on for the Clippers so long, I
Yeah.
totally just
Yeah,
forgot.
you're good.
That was
Some
me. That
Clippers
was me. I
tangent.
had some things to say. I had some things
It's
to
all
say.
good,
I
man.
love it. I got the Clips a little higher. I love it. I'll get into my Clippers analysis later. But for my number 9, I had, which I was very, very surprised with y'all. I have Jaden San Antonio Spurs. I forgot where you guys. I think Jaden had him around 17 or
I had him
16, and Anthony.
16. I
I
had
had
him
him
16.
15.
Yeah, and you had him 15. I was almost on it. I listen. When you get a generational prospect, you got to load up the roster around him immediately. And Wemby, I think it's fair to say, or fair, it's going to be consensus that he is the best prospect since LeBron James. And the Spurs, after 2 years, and going into year 3 of Wemby, have loaded up incredibly. Carter Bryant is exactly what you need next to him. Super high flyer, insane defensive motor, things you can't teach. Now obviously you got Dylan Harper there as well. I know
Sure.
me and Jaden actually thought they were going to take Ace Bailey. Anthony
Yes, sir.
I
proved
was
us wrong.
I was on
He
Dylan
was on it
Harper.
for sure. Looking in
San
Mhm.
hindsight,
Antonio.
I like it. I like it as well.
I
I
like the
thought they
move way
needed a
more.
wing
Yep.
scorer. I really thought they
Mhm.
needed a wing scorer, but when you have a veteran like Harrison Barnes, you put Carter Bryant with an amazing motor, Wemby there. They lost Anthony Sandro, picked up Luke Cornett. They still have
And
Charles
Kelly.
Maxey. So,
Yeah,
Kelly
and,
Olynyk's over there
Kenny,
too now.
and then still the wings and Keldon and Devin.
hmm You have a
Julian
superstar
Champagny.
point guard
Julian
in
Champagny.
De'Aaron Fox. Jeremy Sohan has a very high motor too.
It's
Wemby,
Grosser.
I don't have to say anything about Wemby. He's
Yo,
ridiculous.
Nothing to
He
say.
that's
led the
God.
league in total blocks despite playing 40 games. Insane work. I think they're going to compete, and I think they're going to compete for real. And teams should be scared.
Okay.
I
Not
like
saying
that.
title. I'm not saying title, but I would not blink an eye if they were a top five team in the West this year. I
I like
really
that
would.
take. I like that take.
Play in
You see the culture.
2026
I'm
You
sure
see
you
champs.
what
do.
you see what's going on over here in San Antonio.
Oh,
You see
and
what's happening.
we didn't even mention UConn legend Steph Castle.
Oh
Stephon
yeah,
Castle,
Stephon
bro. My
Castle.
Rody,
Unbelievable
Icon.
Rody.
talent,
Come on now,
Brody.
Rody.
Unbelievable talent, unbelievable defender. I think he's learning the game at such an accelerated pace. Being around guys like Wemby and Fox is only going to make it
And
better
Chris Paul.
because well, yeah, and his experiences with Chris Paul. I think the sky's the limit for him as well. I don't know how much or what kind of player he's going to mold into with De'Aaron Fox running the one full time, but I think he's the perfect type of guy to transition to be defensive, make his shots when he needs to. I think he's going to provide a lot, and in certain times he's going to be the X factor for that team. Even though they're going to have Wemby and Fox running the show, I think Steph Castle really will step in and be that X factor. So I really believe in this team for this year. Like I said, if
He's
they were
gonna
top five in the West, I wouldn't bat an eye. So
he's gonna be a really good like glue guy for them because you have your
extremely,
superstar
yes.
guard and you have your superstar guard in Swiper. You have Wemby, who that's Wemby, and just the dirty work. Stephon Castle doesn't mind doing that. He's a
No,
great finisher. He's a great defender. I want to see the jump shot coming along a little bit more, but he just finished his first year in the NBA, so I'm not about to be too harsh on him there. But he's really exciting, man. High motor and just everything that you want, man. And they're just so exciting. You hit everything
Yeah.
on the head. I don't really have much to say.
I feel
I'm
like
ready for them. I'm ready for the
our like
Spurs.
middle of the season pod just talking about the Spurs after they go on like a 5 game win streak or something is just gonna be so sick.
and we need a full
Yeah, it is.
season of Wemby. We need a full
Yes,
Yes, we
season of
do.
Wemby.
Yes, we do.
please.
We hope
Stay,
he
stay
stays
healthy.
well.
A win is like
Word.
70, 75 games. Like we were not asking
Yeah.
to play all 82, MB,
Mm-hmm.
but just
And if he does,
actually play.
I think he's a preseason lock for Depoy if he continues
Yeah,
what he's
for sure.
been branding himself as.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
he was
But
on
yeah,
pace
that's my
to win
Spurs
it
talk.
unanimously last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then yeah, my we'll just go quick to my number 9 because I have the Lakers, which I was the highest on the Lakers, which I was kind of surprised.
Where?
But I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
You're one spot ahead of me.
yeah, we talked about everything already, but I won't even actually get into any of that because you guys already said it. But one guy I
Mhm.
will talk about is Bronny because I know Bronny gets a lot of flack and a lot of
For no
criticism and
reason,
stuff
man.
just because he is LeBron's son.
Has no
Yeah.
control over that.
But
It's so corny.
I thought he should have stayed another year in college. But anyways, now he's in the Lakers. He was developing all year last year. Didn't play much at all, which was good. Playing
Killing in
down,
the G League though.
yeah, he was doing well in the G League. And I do have some
Mhm.
of his numbers from the summer league this year, which he actually did play well. He averaged
Yeah.
14, 4, and 3, which is really, really good. And he's
Facts.
just slowly developing. Now, will he get a rotational spot for the Lakers this year? I don't know, but the Lakers don't have a full-on rotation anyway, so maybe.
Facts.
Because I
They're really
mean,
not
We'll
that
see.
deep at the guards.
They're not. They have
it's-
Marcus Smart
and they got Gabe Vincent, which I'd rather have
And Reeves.
21-year-old Bronny playing over.
Yeah, word.
Gabe
I'd
Vincent,
rather.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
word.
Gabe.
I'm not. Gabe. He trolled. He caught all of us. That one playoff series with
He was so
Miami.
good with the Heat.
We thought he was
Bro,
gonna
he
be
do
a
that.
great support dude. He is not that. He has not been able to replicate that since he took off
Yeah.
that Heat jersey. It's kind of disappointing, but it's life. We
That
move.
is, yeah, but yeah,
That happens
back,
a lot with Heat role players. A
it
lot.
does. The Heat are.
Yeah.
Spoelstra's a great talent scout, man.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's him or the guys there, but they know what they're doing about grabbing these dudes.
Mhm.
Sure.
Gabe Vincent got himself a big bag and hasn't done a single thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Lakers just I don't know. I have them 9 because Luka and Braun. We know what they do. I would like to
Yeah.
see Bronny play because I feel like he gets a lot of hate, and that's
And he
starting
can
to
hoop.
kind of make him underrated in a sense.
Yeah, the nigga
Absolutely.
can hoop, bro.
Yeah,
he
he
can
can.
really go.
He can. So
For
we'll
sure.
see what happens for the Lakers this year. I have them at number 9.
Okay.
And we moving on to number 8. We ready for
Yeah.
number 8? Or
Yep.
Number 8.
yeah. You're right. My fault. So at my number 8, I have the Orlando Magic. Orlando
Hey,
Magic
Orlando
is gonna,
Magic.
yes, sir. That's my number 8 spot. I have them higher than everybody here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you do.
Correct.
So I'm not mad at it though. I love and he gave his 2 cents on Tyus Jones. I am also a big Tyus Jones enjoyer. When I was a little more in tune with college basketball back in 2015, Tyus Jones was my point guard for the Duke Blue Devils with Justice Winslow and Jahlil Okafor. That was a really fun team to watch. And that role that he played in Duke, he's been playing that role in the NBA. We're gonna control the game. We're gonna make the right plays, and we're just gonna make the right plays that are gonna help us win games. And Tyus Jones is really good at that. He's really efficient with the ball. Doesn't need to score too much. He just makes the right plays all the time. So just having that come off your bench, I feel like is great. The biggest pickup that they got was to kick off the offseason was definitely Desmond Bain. That was a really fire trade. They, like Ant alluded to, they lacked floor spacing. They lacked 3-point shooting. And I feel like adding an absolute flamethrower like that, it's only going to make your offense so better. And if I'm not mistaken, they were 27th in offensive rating last year. Not great at all.
They were
But
not great in the half court.
at all. But they were second in defensive rating, so it kind of made up for it there. But
Mm-hmm.
I see their offensive rating taking a big jump when you got Tyus Jones running your show off the bench. You got Desmond Bain. And who else did they pick up in the offseason? Am I missing anybody?
I don't
Mm,
think so.
Gary
For sure.
Harris.
Gary Harris. I'm not too high on Gary Harris. That's Gary
Yeah.
Harris.
He's
But
above
another
Gary
big,
Harris.
yeah. The other big point I want to make about the Magic is their defense. Like I just said, they were the second ranked defense in the NBA behind the Cavs, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, the Thunder. I'm wilding. Behind
Well,
OKC.
no.
Yeah, but Jonathan Isaac, like Ant said, we know what he does on defense. Great defender, lockdown defender. We would love to see him take that jump offensively, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he absolutely sits. So I'm just really excited to see what the Magic is gonna do. Jalen Suggs, he's gonna be great for them too. In the small sample size that we got of him last year, because he did get injured in the 34 games that he played, he averaged 16 points. So we got a little bit of promise there with like some scoring outside of Desmond, Franz, and Paulo. So I'm just excited to see what they really do. I want to see Wendell get back to his 15 a night, stretching the floor, playing with confidence again. That would be really dope to see. Mo Wagner, I believe, is back there, or did he get cut?
I think
Mo?
he's still there.
Mo's back.
Yeah,
Mo is there.
Mo is back, so
Sorry.
that's a great
Mo is
addition.
back.
Hope he gets back. Hope he gets well soon. He was out with an ACL, if I'm not mistaken. Goga Batazzi. It's like
Goga
whatever. It would be nice to see him take a little jump, but they
Plays
got
well
some good
above the rim.
pieces.
He really
Yeah,
does.
he does. Yeah, he does. And I feel like he fits that team pretty well. But
Yeah.
I got them at 8 for those reasons.
Yeah, quick.
I'm mad at them at all.
Very quick, we forgot to mention Chris's guy, Tristan da Silva.
Yes,
So
sir.
I want to give a quick shout out to Tristan da Silva because it was alright, but he deserves to get mentioned
not.
because he does play rotational minutes there. So
Mhm.
I mean, he averaged 7, 3, and 2.
I'm
which
not
isn't- Yeah.
all the way sold on him,
He
honestly.
did not shoot the
Yeah.
ball well. I mean,
Yeah, right.
41 from the field.
That's not.
It's not.
We can get to
Yeah.
see what an Anthony Black jump looks like as well.
Yeah, Anthony Black jump.
Yeah,
How much he's going to get the ball next year.
facts.
Also, shout out to our guy Mike Mo Wagner. That's
Mo
our guy.
Wagner, yes sir.
That's our
Shout out
guy.
my guy Mike.
Shout out
OD.
Mike.
Mhm.
Had to shout him out.
Yes sir.
And yeah, no. I just want to shout out Tristan da Silva because he does play, and that's the guy we did not mention.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. He'll take that spot for me. Who you got there, Chris? Who you got at 8?
All right. At my number 8, I have the Dallas Mavericks.
Wow.
Quite high.
Yeah. So one thing, again, there's always the elephant in the room you address first. Can AD stay healthy? Done a very good job. I've seen statistics float around. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but he's been playing a lot more games than he has in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I think he played 70 plus last year minimum. That I know for sure. So hopefully he stays that way. Kyrie with his ACL tear. His timetable, like we said before, you do want to be cautious with a shifty 35-year-old coming off that. You want to be very careful to extend his career a few more years. But he did have a quicker timetable of return than Dame and Tyrese and Tatum.
For
So
sure.
we may see him semi post All-Star break. I love the D'Lo pickup in the meantime. I was always a huge D'Lo fan, even from Brooklyn. LA, he wasn't terrible, but you're playing with LeBron and the bright lights of LA. You have a few bad games and show some inconsistency, they're gonna drive you off
Boot
the
you.
road.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's a very solid point guard, or if anything, a solid backup point guard. He's going to be running that spot with Kyrie out. When Kyrie comes back too, that's going to be very good. Him and D'Lo as the point guard and relief point guard. They have a lot of hitters. They got Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, who as an OKC fan, we obviously know what he does to us. He's
Fries.
found his role very well on the team, as Jaden had said before. I love Najee Marshall, very tough nosed. Everybody buys in Dallas, and I like that. When they went on that run, obviously, they had Luka Doncic, and it's a different team now. They were very locked in. They were very team oriented. They were very communicative, and you saw that in real time. And what comes from that, I think that's still going to carry over. They still have their coaching staff. The big men, phenomenal. They arguably may have the best big man rotation in basketball. Lively, Gafford, and AD. That's very hard to get a three that's better than that if they're on the court at the same time, because all three of them honestly have dealt with their separate injury issues. They got the depth. They still have Klay Thompson, who I don't think we mentioned yet.
We have. I
You know,
forgot about him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
you know
miss
what
him.
we're
I
gonna
seen
get
it
out
in
of
my
Klay.
notes. I was like, damn.
Yeah, but you know what we're gonna get out of Klay Thompson. He's still Klay Thompson,
It's cool.
aging, but again, still Klay Thompson.
Hmm.
They picked up Dinwiddie as well, if I'm not mistaken. Dinwiddie came
No,
back.
Dinwiddie is in Charlotte
He's in Charlotte.
He's in Charlote
for no
now.
reason at all. Nobody
Absolutely no
He's in
reason
understands
at
that.
all.
Charlotte. Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb Martin's there. We mentioned before. They got some pieces. They've went to the finals. They know what it takes to win. I like it. I really, really do. If AD can stay healthy and they can stay afloat and stay as a top 5 to 7 seed until Kyrie comes back, I think they'll be okay. Because that's almost similar to what happened last year. Last year they were floating around and they kind of made a little push. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I like the team that they got. I think fully healthy. They have a lot of depth and they don't really have much weaknesses. We didn't mention the rook Cooper Flag, who's probably going to be the consensus rookie of the year.
Misunderstood don't need to be explained, man.
Misunderstood don't need to be explained, man. So Coop Flag is going to provide insane everything for them. Very good tool player. I want to see how his jump shot translates to the NBA. I really do. I want to see
Burner.
how Cooper Flag. Yeah, I believe so as well. I want to see it. I really, really do. So I think the Mavs have a very complete team, and as we get more up into the top 10, these teams are going to all be very complete. Health is the main
Yeah.
pin and the biggest red flag when you analyze that roster, but I believe in them. So Dallas is comfortable at 8 for me.
I like that.
Okay.
I do have a quick
Scott.
question for you guys, which we did just say about Cooper Flag, but just like a quick prediction. Like, where do you think Cooper Flag's numbers will land after his rookie season?
After his rookie season,
Yeah.
when
just
like a
quick
little
prediction.
You go
preseason
first, Dave, and I'll give mine.
prediction.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm jacking 14, 6, and 3 on 46, 33, 77 splits.
Okay.
I'll write that down. That's my prediction.
Chris, what
Hey,
do
we
you got?
will revisit this video in June.
Sir.
I think because he's such a premier prospect, they are going to give him the ball. I know basketball doesn't necessarily work that way, but he's going to get the chance to showcase his talent. I want to
Sure.
put him at around 16 and 7. I don't know how the boards are going to look because they have so many big men. I don't know if he's going to be. He definitely has the talent to be an 8 rebound kind of guy. I don't know if he's going to get down there. Who knows, because they could run where they box out and have Cooper Flag and AD just come in crashing for rebounds in the bigs, but we don't even know who's really going to start. Like I said, they have 4 big men that can all start. So I want to say his rebound numbers will fluctuate between 6. I say 6. 6 is fair for him. So yeah, 16 and 6. I'll give him block and a half a game. I don't know how many
Assist
threes
count.
he's going to shoot. 2 or 3, nothing crazy. I don't see him being a playmaker for them like that with everything they
sleep.
have going on.
That's why he's so good, bro. I see him in
No,
the
his
future.
talent-wise, he can.
He's so good.
If he was on a team like Brooklyn, or something, yeah,
You're not
totally.
passing that damn ball. I don't even blame him either.
Fries.
That's just me though.
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
it'll be really, really good.
What's your
I
predictions?
just
And you
think there's
can't.
a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. 16 is like, dude, if you're averaging 16 and 8 or whatever you said, 16 and 7, like that's That's
That's a really
very,
good rookie
very
season,
good
man.
rookie season.
Especially with Daniel
Yeah.
Gafford and Anthony Davis and
Yeah,
Derek
I
Lively on
probably.
your team.
I mean,
I think they're gonna let him show his talent. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
think there
Especially
too.
let's
Okay.
like we said, AD might miss some games, and that might boost Cooper
That's
Flag's usage
that's
rate.
that's honestly a very fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, he's gonna have all the eyes on him as well, so just to face that
exactly.
pressure. But yeah, I could see
Yeah.
him anywhere from like, let's go like 15, 7, and like 3 times, something like that.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I think, I think I think it's a good
We're all
and
similar.
that would be a
Okay.
great rookie year. If
Yeah.
any rookie that's dropping 15 is that's a great rookie year, man.
Yeah.
It's not easy
I
unless you're
see
one.
it as a little bit more uncommon, but that's why I went 14.
Yeah,
But I definitely see him capable 16,
yeah,
17 points a game for sure
yeah,
for his rookie year.
Depending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, now we're
That's a
at
good question though.
my. Hey, no problem, man.
I think
Now
you said yours already. It was Magic.
no, we're at number 8. No,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we are. My fault.
you're
His
good.
9 was Clippers, right? And that's why
Lakers.
you just went.
Well, now it's
Lakers.
Oh,
Lakers,
so yeah,
but
yeah.
my 8 was the Clippers. So I'm not gonna
Okay.
say
Mm.
anything. I'm just gonna say my Clippers or the Clippers are at number 8 for me because we already talked
You're a
about
Clippers
it.
fan?
I'm
Yeah.
not
No, we.
not a Clippers fan.
My Clippers.
Yeah, I think you actually said that earlier. I think you accidentally said my Lakers earlier too,
Oh
Chris.
Me?
word. That's how you
Yeah,
feeling, Chris?
I think you said that earlier, and I didn't want to.
Bro,
I don't know about
bro,
that one.
switching sides. That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
That is
Anyways,
crazy.
But,
yeah. So Jaden, you
but
can go
hey,
right into your number 7.
for sure. Here's where it start to get a little bit
It's gonna
spicy in
get
this bit.
juicy over here now.
Here
And
we
I
go.
think this is the first one I feel like my hot take. I have the Cleveland Cavaliers at my 7. And it's a little harsh. They just had the best record in the East. My problem with them is they just don't do it for me when the time is right. Like when they need to, they can't get it done. We haven't seen them. I said this to them before the pod. Outside of the Houston Rockets, everybody in my top 6 has made a conference finals in the last 5 years. The Cleveland Cavaliers haven't. I felt like last year was a great opportunity for them to. Granted,
Honestly,
Darius Garland, yeah, um, Darius Garland going down that hurt them a little bit. But I
yeah.
still thought that they should have been able to beat the Pacers given what they did in the regular season. But the Pacers were a fantastic team. They made a conference finals the year before, so it's not as far fetched that that's who beat them. But I was just expecting more. But I do want to give a lot of love to Evan Mobley. I love Evan Mobley, man. Like he's somebody who could easily be top 5 in basketball. I think so. He is like the
In
embodiment
basketball.
not ever, but like top 5 players in the league. I think he has the potential to be that. I feel like he is like the embodiment of what basketball is becoming. He's 6'11". He can
Agree
handle
with
the
that.
ball. He's his jump shooting is improving. I think he shot 37 from 3 last year, and in the playoffs he shot in his small sample 44 and a half. So
Mm.
the jump shooting is there. He has the size, good rebounder, 9 for his career. The defense, we don't even need to get into the defense for real. He's
Yeah.
been he
Depoy.
got the DPOY last year. He was top 3 in defense player of the year 2 seasons ago. I don't think he played enough to qualify last season, so he didn't get any nods there. But he definitely would have. So that's great. I love Evan Mobley. I see him as somebody who can give you 24, 5, and 11 a night on 3.5, 4 stocks. He's just such a complete basketball player. And I feel like if Kenny utilizes him the right way in Cleveland, he could be one of them once for real, and he can be the drive.
Yeah.
I think he's more important to that Cleveland Cavalier team than Donovan Mitchell. I'm gonna say that right now here on this podcast right now. Like he's dope, man. He's really dope, and I feel like I would want to keep him on my team and build around him opposed to Donovan Mitchell. With that said, I also love what they did with getting DeAndre Hunter in the midseason. I feel like
Oh
that was
yeah.
sneaky. Outside of Luca, of course, that was the best move in the offseason. I mean,
He was
in the
averaging like
at
20
the
when they
trade
traded for
At
deadline,
the
him.
deadline.
he was averaging 20, and I actually have that in my notes. I wasn't too pleased with the point drop, he dropped from 19 a game to 14 a game. But with that said, although those dropped, his efficiency did go up. We've seen his field goal percentage go up. We've seen his 3-point percentage go up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cavs were also 17-5 since they acquired him. So they played great brand of basketball. It didn't pan out too well
Defense
in
too.
the playoffs. They sit. He is the reason why they are so good defensively. They were top 10 in the NBA in defensive rating. They got Jared Allen over. I didn't even get into the other guys they have. They got Jared Allen over there. Don is over there. When Darius Garland comes back from injury, that's going to be exciting. But for the meantime, we'll have Lonzo Ball running the show, which I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that at all. Lonzo Ball is a former top 3 pick in the NBA. It's so unfortunate that injuries did hinder his career so much because I was so high on Lonzo Ball. I'm still high on Lonzo Ball. Players of that caliber, like the 6'6" to 6'9" guys who could handle the ball, guard, knock down a catch and shoot, and make plays at a very high clip. I love players like that. They're very valuable. You need guys like that on your team. You can't really teach that. So it sucks seeing injuries just take that away from him. But he's still going to be able to produce. He doesn't need to score that much, being that you have Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, and then Darius Garland when he comes back. So I'm not too mad at that move. But like outside of that, my biggest problem with the Cavs was what they do in the postseason, and also on paper, their team isn't all that deep. I don't think their team is all that deep on paper. Like the team that I have a spot above them, I feel is the deepest roster in basketball outside of I'm not going to get into it, but I feel like the Cavs, like they just don't have that depth to be competitive, and they also just haven't competed at a high enough clip for me to be a believer. So with that said, I got them at 7. Pretty hard, but I got them there.
Quite harsh.
Yeah.
I will say I disagree, but your points weren't like asinine. Like
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like
And
you
my
get it.
7 though, honestly, my 7 in part is the same reasons. I have the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 7
Okay.
for
Okay.
somewhat of the same reasons. They lost Nah. We're pretty confident that Dante's not coming back, but he was pretty good for them. I'm not sure why they wouldn't want him back,
Yeah.
but it's a business. And it's a little different because, like you mentioned before, the rest of your top 10 has all made it conference finals. The Timberwolves have been to the last 2 conference finals and
Exactly.
had to run into us and Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I don't. You know what's actually crazy? Looking into the Timberwolves stats before we did all this, they swing the ball a lot. They really
Really.
do swing the ball a lot. I think what were they? They were third in assists last year.
Well,
Okay.
Anthony Edwards averaged a career high in assists last year. They
Yep.
really do swing the rock. I I don't know. Julius Randle played well in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Then he saw elite big men and didn't. But you can't take that away from him. He showed his he showed his fit into the team. He showed his willingness to work with Anthony Edwards. I like that. Julius Randle has had his criticism on his playoff performances and his blunders in the past because even still, like yes, he played the greatest defense in the last couple of years and 2 premier big men. He checks himself out of games sometimes, and I think you talk to any Knicks fans, they will tell you the same thing. Sometimes he really is just if I'm not on, I'm not helping y'all at all, and that's not a good trait to have when you're making the conference finals, trying to get over that hump as your second best player. I didn't
Yeah.
fully agree with them getting rid of Cat for him, but we know why they had to do that because of the apron.
Yep.
Again, they lost Noah. They still got Jaden McDaniels. They got Anthony Edwards. I'm excited to see year 2 Rob Dilly. I just don't think they did enough to get over that hump to the point where now it's like we run back the same roster with slight depletion, losing one of our premier defensive guards and one of our best shooters, if not our best shooter, even though Anthony Edwards did lead the league in threes last year.
Sure.
I just don't see them putting the mindset forward of we have to get over this hump. And I think every team above them has done that. So I think the Timberwolves are fair at 7 for me.
yeah.
They were 6th in defensive rating, though. I will add that
I mean,
They
because
were
they
6 in
again,
defensive
we know
rating.
why.
Yeah.
yeah, we
Shout out
know
to
why.
Rudy down
These
there.
guys know
Yo.
I don't
Yeah.
like Rudy Gobert,
Shout out to
but
Rudy.
you
Why
can't
were they?
what he
Wait,
does.
Chris, can you just tell us why they were 6 in defense rating?
because of Rudy Gobert.
Largely. Okay.
Of course,
Thank
yeah.
We
you.
had to hear
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Yeah, nah, I had to hear it. I can sleep
The
now.
guy is one of the best rim protectors in the NBA and has been for
Ever.
honest
Ever.
the whole 2020s. I would say he is the best rim protector of the 2020s.
It's not a bad
But
take.
his negatives, man, it's like
Wemby entered the chat.
Yeah, Wemby.
yeah, Wemby will take
Wemby
that
will get
crown
him.
probably this year, next
Hey,
year.
one
Wemby
French guy
entered the
to
chat.
another, passing the
Yes, sir.
torch.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Rudy Gobert should be a four-time defensive player of the year though, but
Oh, now it
different
is.
combo,
Yes, he should, man. He's
different
Yeah.
so
combo.
good. We'll save the
Four
Rudy
time?
Gobert talk.
Don't be surprised if we get a go to work podcast episode, Rudy Gobert edition.
And that's
Just
it.
straight
Hey,
Rudy talk. That's it.
hey, what Magic Johnson said, I'm not gonna be there.
That is
Hey man,
hilarious.
I'm not gonna be there.
now it is.
That's
But anyways,
hilarious.
who we got at 7 for you, man?
Go
Okay,
ahead, hit.
my number 7, which I thought I was quite high on them. Jaden is higher on them. I have the Atlanta Hawks
Oh, Lord.
at 7, which they've been a play-in team all of Trae
You
Young's
know.
career, I believe.
Except for 2020.
2020. Yeah,
Mm.
2021.
but yeah, no. They were like, and like it's funny because like they pull up the stats where it's like the Hawks in their last 500 games are 250 and 250. Like they're literally just mid.
Just
But
mid.
I do love what they did. Chris was getting into it. Jaden will get into it. I
Mhm.
love what they did this offseason. Had the best offseason by far this year.
Probably, to be honest.
Okay.
I think so.
I would compete. I would compete Houston,
Houston
but
was
I'm
good.
not mad at that. Those
I-
are my 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Those are my 1 and 2.
Houston was a great offseason too, which we will get to them. But
Yes.
quick Hawks talk. I'll let Jaden go into, the guys he wants to talk about. But one thing I did write was they're gonna be like one of my most watched teams this year. Like I'm gonna go out of my way to watch more Hawks games just because
That'd be
I'm
fun.
very excited about the team.
Mhm.
Yep.
And second year Zachary Risashe, which I'm very excited to see him because
I
he
don't even
was
think I
good.
mentioned him. That's crazy. That's my bad.
You're
Because you
good.
forget how good that damn
I
team
brought up
is.
Number
I
one
brought up
pick.
that whole front court. I did not mention him. That's
Number
crazy.
one pick.
That's on me.
You're all good.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old, by the way, turning 20.
He's not 20 yet? Jesus.
No,
19 years old.
Chris. No, Chris.
He
Oh,
averaged
hey,
30.
I ain't
Hey,
hate.
you're
I'm
good.
just saying.
Nah, you hated putting them that low. I'm gonna say it right now. You
They're
went
11.
crazy. That's
They're
crazy.
11.
That's
How?
wild. That's wild. What East teams have you said so far ahead of them?
The Knicks, the Cavs. That's it. I have them as
We
my
haven't
third
brought
best
them
team
up
in the
yet.
East.
Oh, third best team in the East,
That's right.
though. But Chris was
I'm
just
not
high on the
jacking
West
that.
teams. He was high on the West teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
We just have him high compared
I
to the
believe.
whole
I just
league.
gotta see it.
Yeah. But Risha say, let's get into it. He averaged 13 and
Mhm.
4
Go
as a
for it.
rookie at 19, 18 turning 19 at the time. Playing very, very good defense. He's 6'10", long arms, good hands. And yeah, he had some very high moments, man. He had 36 on 2 dribbles versus the Bucks, which is a very fun watch. Anyone should go and watch the
Mhm.
highlights of him dropping 36 on 2 dribbles. Very fun.
That's crazy.
It
Yeah.
Oh
shows
yeah, that
how
was a
good the
filthy
Hawks
game.
also are off the ball. They
Yep.
have very good off ball movement, and he was catching the Bucks sleeping, and I mean he was torching them. And then
hmm
he had his career high, which was against the Nets, so whatever. But he did have 38, 15 for 20
Hey.
shooting with 6 threes.
Mm.
So he's letting the ball go, and I think he's a very, very good player, and I see why the Hawks took him number 1. Like,
Yeah.
and he's also only gonna get better playing next to Trae Young.
Facts.
So
And learning
You
from
know he's
Kristaps
gonna find like
Porzingis.
Trey
Yeah.
Young is going to find him the ball. You already know that.
He
Absolutely.
most definitely is. So I'm very high on him, and it's not like he's like some sleeper. He's number 1 pick, but he was very hated,
Yeah.
and I feel like he shouldn't have been because he's shown flashes this year, and I think the Hawks are going to be very, very good.
He just didn't look like a household name coming into the NBA, and that's what
didn't.
kind of turned people off to him.
Yeah, for sure. And also,
But I mean, we
the thing
know.
was, he wasn't. Like, through the whole draft process, he was getting mentioned for sure, but it was just Alex Starr talk.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Alex Starr was just because the draft class people, were calling it mid, which I don't think it was mid. It was just loaded with very good role players. We didn't have a
Yeah.
Cooper Flag or a Wemby or Apollo or J-Dub, whatever. We didn't have that,
Mhm.
but we just have just good NBA players. So I
Fair.
like
Yeah.
the class and I like the player a lot. But I'll add on to Hawks talk when Jaden gets to the Hawks.
For sure.
But I
Yeah.
did
And does
have
that
them,
conclude?
yeah, at number 7.
That concludes
Cool.
number 7. Yes.
Yes.
Well, don't take too much of a break, Ant, because at my
Yeah.
number 6 spot, we getting into that Atlanta Hawk talk, man. I got them just outside of a top 5 team in the NBA right now. The only thing that the 4 teams ahead of them have is playoff experience, with the exception of the Rockets. And the Rockets are crazy.
Wait, we're
So
on 5 or 6.
we're on 6. We're on 6. I
You
said
said
just outside
14.
of my. Oh, my fault. Can't do math. I'm in
You
school for a
straight.
reason. But anyways, Atlanta is my 6, man. They had the second best offseason in the NBA, in my opinion. You got Luke Kennard. You got more floor spacing there. So I feel like that's lovely, especially losing Boggy last year. You get to
Hmm.
fill that void with a Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard is an absolute flamethrower, man. He's had seasons where he shot 49.4% from
Very
three.
high
And back, like,
efficiency.
yeah, he is an absolute flamethrower, man. Like, I'm really excited to see how he's used in the Atlanta Hawks system. Jalen Johnson is back. We seen a little bit of him, but in the little bit that we seen of him, we seen 20 triple doubles, a double double, and he was giving us 19, 10, and
Oh, you
5
flipped them.
on 50% shooting from the floor. So he was incredible. I'm excited to see what Double O on Yeka Ngakou is going to do there. He's only going to see more of a role, especially with Clint Capella being gone now. I see Onyeka getting way more clock at the 4, maybe backup 5 role, but he'll be able to play both. He's so
Hmm.
interchangeable. He can stretch the floor. He's mobile. He blocks shots. He's going to be really exciting. Like Ann said, I'm going to literally go out my way to watch Atlanta Hawk games this year. They're going to be so fun. They got
Yeah.
Naw from Minnesota, which is complimenting Dyson Daniels, who was second in the league, by the way, in DPOY voting last year. Most improved player, 3 steals a game, complimenting an absolute clamp with another clamp in Nick Alexander Walker. They're going to cause hissy fits for
Yeah.
teams on offense. They're
23
going
years
to
old, by
give
the way.
everybody like in there. That's another beautiful thing about them. Their best guys are so young. They're so young. Kristaps Porzingis, cool, whatever. Trae Young, he's getting up there in age. Everybody else, early to mid 20s, man. So we have a lot of time with this young team. Ant got into Zach, so I'm not gonna get too much into that. I wanted to bring up who they got in the with the 23rd pick in the NBA draft, Asa Newell. I really like that. It just fits their culture with these big light-skinned wings who are mobile and just dope. A funny stat I seen about Asa Newell, when he was in Georgia, he grabbed 227 rebounds. 110 of those rebounds were offensive. So you
Wow.
got somebody who is crashing the boards on offense and defense at a pretty high clip. And this is a 30-game sample size. So we're not even seeing this in an 82-game sample size at all. So it's going to be really exciting to see how Trae Young, because that's the real guy right there. That at the end of the day, you could bring up
Yeah.
the supporting cast around him. Dyson Daniels is going to be great, most improved player. I see him taking more of a jump. He's so young. He's only 22 or 23 years. He's 22 years old. I actually have that in all caps. He is 22 years old. So there's just so much. But Trae Young is going to be the guy. We've seen Trae Young put up empty stats because he, outside of 2020, he hasn't had much around him to help him win. So, Trae Young's 27 and 10 and a half a night over the course of 68, 70 games.
Fun fact,
I
he has the
see
most 30 and 10 games of all time.
that's
So,
absurd. That is absurd. So I just see that like
He's not even
people
30 yet.
overlook him. People overlook him all the time because like Chris said, they're playing perennial playing teams. And I feel like that narrative is going to 110% change this season,
Oh, yeah.
given that he has an absolute great roster, complete 360 in the roster construction. And the last guy I wanted to bring up, I'm not going to give him too much time, was Muhammad Gay. I really like Muhammad Gay. I see with Clint Capella being gone, and I just see him having more of He's gonna have more of a role there, and I'm excited to see what he does with his minutes in Atlanta. But with that said, Atlanta's my 16, man. Don't fuck with them. They're the second best team in the East to me, and you can't really sway my mind.
One more quick Hawks fact is that out of their whole rotation, Trae Young is the only guy under 6'5".
Wow,
So
that's
really
crazy.
molding into that modern NBA
Yeah.
size kind of
Like, bro,
idea.
that is
Because
nothing
Trey's
to
in at
fuck
what,
with, man.
6', 6'1".
6'1",
Everybody else
6'1",
6'5"
yeah.
and up.
That's absurd, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the Hawks. They're sneaky gonna be one of my favorite teams to watch next year.
Yes, they're gonna be
Don't
Yeah.
so much
sleep on
fun.
them.
I
Chris,
see
you
it.
had them at
It'll be fun.
11. I took that personal. I'm not even a Hawks fan.
They're
Watch what
my
them niggas
third
do
best
this
team in
year.
the East.
I
I'm
don't
not.
care, bro. I'm not
Compared to
hearing
the
it.
West, we want
I
them
like the
higher.
West. I like the West team
You
better
had the Lakers. You had the Lakers over them.
by one spot.
You smoking, bro. You smoking. Get
The
off
Lakers,
that
bro.
side. Come
LeBron
on.
James, Luka Doncic. I don't
This
know.
is the this is one of the deepest teams in basketball. One of the two deepest teams in basketball right now. You can't. Hey,
I
to each their own.
I will give them top 5 depth wise. I got a couple names I think, but
Okay.
definitely. I
Hey,
just
to
really
each their own.
bottom line. I love what they did around Trae Young. I think for years they've been, like you said, giving him teams to put up empty stats and push them to the
Yeah.
play. They finally said, okay, if we're gonna have Trae Young at the helm, we need, like you said, everybody else to be 6'5", agile, play their role. We need rebounders, shooters. This Zach is a very complete player. It's good. I
They're gonna be
really like
so much
the
fun.
direction that they finally went.
They're gonna be
Because
dope,
obviously,
man.
y'all know, for the past couple of years, people float the talks around. Is it time to give up on Trae Young? Is it time to move him while his stock is high so you can build that young culture again? And they literally said, nah, we are building around Trae Young.
Watch
And that's that. And I
this.
love that. I like
Yeah,
that. Watch.
word.
Yeah,
It's
25
random.
and
I've been
12
thinking about
last
this
year.
the whole time. I've been
25
thinking
and
about this the
12,
whole
bro.
time, bro.
What happened?
25 and 12.
Crazy.
What's that? That's
Trae
Trae
Young,
Young's stats
yeah.
last
That's
year?
Trae Young, nigga.
Oh, yeah. That's
25
automatic.
and 12.
That's automatic.
Absurd,
I
bro.
was gonna say I've been thinking about this the whole time we even talk about Atlanta, but y'all remember when Jalen Johnson just punched down on Austin Reeves the first play of the game and he
Yo.
like jumped
Bro.
over him? The little
Like,
first
Bro.
it's
play of the game.
insane. Jalen Johnson's
This
so
is gonna
Such
be
a
good.
so
freak
fun,
athlete,
man.
bro. Freak athlete.
And they're gonna be really fun
They
this
are
season,
gonna be
but
fun. And now,
Yeah.
if
I
we're all
know.
hyping them up crazy and they're still a playing team, it would be so funny. But no, I think they are
yeah,
gonna be
this is
very
gonna
competitive.
age so bad if that
I
happens.
said I gotta
Which-
see it.
At the end of the season, we'll do like a reaction of all of our takes from the year and see how they've
Yeah.
aged because it'll be fun.
Nah, for sure. That will be fun. I really hope I'm not
Like
sound
we're out
a
here just
fucking
talking
idiot
about the
right now.
Hawks for 30 minutes, and they're just gonna be a playing
Like,
team.
yeah, actually though.
That'd be crazy. But anyway, let's get off of them. I think they've gotten enough of our time.
Yeah,
They did.
we're Chris's
I'm gonna wear my
number
number 6 now.
6. Yeah.
Yep.
At my 6, I have the New York Knicks. They
Okay.
These last 2 years have shown promise in the playoffs. They gave the whole city life. Not that the Knicks fans never don't have life, because they could win 20 games and still be out there
Still
throwing
have
garbage
life.
cans.
Word.
Yes.
They still on Side Talk NYC regardless. So one thing to point is they got rid of Tom Thibodeau. I wasn't even a Tom Thibodeau hater. I just don't think he fit the brand of basketball they should have been playing. He does not play his bench, and everybody knows that for years. That's just what he's notorious for. And you need that. And you saw guys like Cat got tired, Cat got in foul trouble, especially when your backup center is somebody like Mitch Robinson, who is a phenomenal player and will provide impactful things for your team, but he will get run off the floor like this. And when you're running a 6-man rotation, that's not ideal. So they got rid of him, and not only did they get a new coach, shout out Mike Brown, they picked up Jordan Clarkson, who is one of the most explosive bench scorers in the NBA and has continued to be that for years. I like that for them. They did pick up Garrison Yabusele, another
Sure.
good piece, earned his
Mhm.
keep in France, came back to the NBA.
Nobody
Um,
said
Punch it on Brown. Sorry.
do you remember when he dunked on Braun?
Dude,
Bro.
of course I do. You punch it on Brown.
Bro, do you see what AI is doing to our generation, bro? Now we got niggas
punched on.
jacking that LeBron got punched on by
Brown got
Yabusele.
punched on.
Stop it. No, he didn't.
The episode
I've
played
never
so
seen it.
good for Team France. And he
Yeah, nah,
earned
he did.
himself a contract.
He literally
for
earned his way
Philly,
back. Yeah.
and he's
That's
so
such
good
a
for
dope
Philly.
story.
He's
such
a
a
good
dope story
player,
for
man.
that.
He's a very good
Yeah.
player. Hope
For
the Knicks
sure.
will play him. I guess with Tibbs out, he will play,
Yeah.
which is good.
And when you got Jalen Brunson, I think Cat is the best shooting big man in the NBA. And I'm not gonna lie, For those listening that aren't big on Cat, y'all gotta chill out on Cat. He
Word,
people
bro.
call him people call him soft. Like he plays hard. Like it's times where, like he does move funny and it's good for the memes and stuff. But he be flailing, he be boxing. He's in there. Like Cat is
He's a
not soft.
hooper. He was the number
Cat
one
is not
fucking
soft.
pick in the
Number one,
draft,
another
man.
number one pick.
Like he is
Yeah,
like that. He is like that.
he's
I
he's
don't
not
like the
food on
cat
defense.
slander at all. I hate the
Neither,
cat
bro. I gotta
slander.
chill
It's
on my boy
so
He's
Cat, man.
so good, man.
unnecessary
So they
for
have him.
sure.
They have Jalen Brunson at the helm. We know what their starting five consists of. What's understood don't need to be said. The
Yeah.
defense is there.
Oh dear.
And I think they're in position to make another run back to the conference finals, especially with the East this year. Boston's not here like they were in the past. Cleveland has to prove that they can ascend to the conference finals level. I think the Knicks could get back. Now, honestly, my early season prediction is Knicks Cavs in the conference finals.
And that's what it like should be. Like when you look
It
at this
should be,
stuff.
right?
Which yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask the question to you guys now. I was just about to say it. Chris threw a good lob. This is the Knicks and Cavs, right? Like these are like the top two teams most like we
Not in
see
my opinion.
we
Not in my
see in
opinion.
the East, right? It's like we need them, at least one of them, to finally. Or Knicks made the conference finals, but like the Cavs
To
need to
finally
make the
make the
conference.
finals.
Yes, one of them has to make the finals already. And what happens if they don't do that still? Like what happens if
East
Cleveland?
is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like those teams like have to win now, and they're both not doing it.
Yeah. No, I
I don't
agree
Yeah.
know.
strongly. And honestly, the apron is going to kick the Knicks' ass very soon. So I feel like that'll play a role in how they are going to construct their team in the years coming. But I'm gonna throw this out there now. I love Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a fantastic basketball player. He is a large part of why the Knicks were so great this postseason. But his brand of basketball can be really cancerous sometimes, in my
He
opinion.
needs to
He
retool his
is
game if he wants
he
to
is
win.
a notorious, infamous ball stopper. And hey, we've seen it work sometimes in the postseason, and we've seen it not work at all. When it works, oh, that's Jalen Brunson. That's what he does. But when it doesn't work, it looks so bad. He's missing
Yeah.
so many reads where he has teammates. He's
He's
taking
forcing it at
bad
times. Yeah.
shots. He forces it. He's playing hero ball too much. And honestly, like in the future, if they want to be competitive, I feel like I'm valuing Karl Anthony Towns over Jalen Brunson. And that's just my take. Y'all could
As
combat
far as
me.
who to
Y'all could
build around or as far as who to
yeah, as
run the
part of
offense with?
who to build around. Like if we're talking about what needs
Keeping
to
one or the other,
happen,
you mean?
yeah. Like if we're talking about right now, if the question is what needs to happen, is that the question? Like what needs to happen for the Knicks?
Yeah,
No, because you said
that's what I
like
was asking.
to build around. I'm asking if you meant like getting rid of one player to get assets for his value
Yeah,
or running
that's
the
exactly
offense
what the hell
through
I
one of
mean.
the other.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think they
yeah,
could be successful if Jalen Brunson's playing less hero ball and you do go to Cat more. And we did see that at times in the playoffs
the
where Cat, like,
contracts though. That's
bro,
why I said the
I
second
remember
apron's gonna
those two
kick
or
ass.
three games where Cat was frying in the Pistons series. He was going dumb. Like, I
He
feel like
was.
if they stick to that more and stop letting Jalen Brunson stop the ball, they'd be better. I think they could coexist, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm not mad at
Especially
it, but
because OG will score his 20, and then sometimes he'll score his 8 with elite defense and big stops and big shot making. Josh Hart, we know he does. He's just gonna fly everywhere at all times. Mikhail, that's another thing I wanted to bring up with the Knicks. Mikhail needs to be consistent because he was in Brooklyn, took enough shots to look like a superstar, not superstar, but a star.
sorry.
Took enough shots to do that, and he's come to the Knicks, and the consistency has not been there. And they would be so much of a better team if he can really bring that every night.
Yeah.
And when he did, they were. He really does. A lot of it falls on Mikhail.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I think I had the Knicks a bit higher. We'll get there I'll get there when I get there, I guess. But I'm high on Mikhail still, and I still think he can be that. We're just a consistent guy. Like we saw big games in the Celtics series for him of
Facts.
just like
Back to back game
Mm-hmm.
winning stops.
that defensively, and then offensively
Oh yeah, the
started off the
defense is
Fourth
there.
fourth with
quarter,
like six
man.
straight, 8 straight, just work in the
Like
midi, and that's all you need out of him. Like he could do that every single time, man.
facts.
And he's
Mm-hmm.
giving you elite
Facts.
defense along with OG. So I do like the Knicks
Facts.
a lot, and I think it's like
And Josh
dude,
Hart.
and Josh Hart, yeah. I think it's like win or go home for the Knicks, man. I feel like I don't know if they can compete with the West teams, but we need to see them like dominate the East and be a kind of team that's
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna make the finals this year. That's what
Yeah.
that's
Fair.
what maybe Coach Mike Brown can get him into that mindset or whatever it will be. But yeah, no,
I
I
think
gotta
offensive.
Especially no
I
seed.
think offensive play style definitely needs to change for them to
yeah,
take
and we'll
that
see what
jump
that looks like
because
with Mike
yeah,
Brown because
yeah.
it'll definitely be different than it was with Tibbs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Jalen
It's crazy
Brunson is
because you
dope,
can't
man,
even.
but it's just so annoying watching him like
Yeah.
just play
The
like that
Pacer
sometimes. Like
series, dude.
it's a hard watch sometimes. And I'm just like, frankly, when it works, it's cool. Like that's dope. He's a legit baller, real life baller. When that shit don't work, it looks like really bad basketball,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like frustrating.
I'd go
It's
crazy if
really
I was a Knicks
frustrating.
fan.
Like,
And then
bro,
you have
OD.
yeah, and then you have OG or Mikal wide open in the corner, or you have Josh Hart
You're
open
just
who could either drive in and kick or just let it go himself because he could let it go.
you're just
It's
taking
just
a contested
annoying.
two.
Yeah, it's very annoying because they have like it's not like he's the only guy on the team. They have a
Exactly.
very good roster, man. They could have 3 All-Stars, and yeah,
Yeah,
actually
It's also if I
with the weak
could,
East,
dude.
yeah,
I say four.
yeah, it could be four
if I could make
All-Stars at Mikel's
one more
peak.
point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Either one of them. But if I could make one more Knicks point before we move on to Anthony's, when it comes to Jalen Brunson's play style, he's not. Well, okay, we'll call it what it is. He is a foul baiter. It is part of the game. But
Sorry.
I feel like the positions he puts himself in on the floor really contributes to that. Because it's one thing to stick the ball and just stay isoing and slow down the passing, but it's the positions he puts himself in. I feel like he tries to get downhill so quick and turn his body so he's able to get those bumps that he's so good at on the defenders to the point where he doesn't see the other side of the floor. And I've noticed that. I've talked to Knicks fans. We've analyzed that. And it really is pretty eminent. So he needs to take more time to read the floor before he starts trying to get downhill and do all that bump stuff. Because not only does he not see the open passes, he doesn't see this help defense coming either. And a lot of times he gets stuck where if the ref isn't giving you that initial whistle and now you get the bump and you have to play on, it hurts. It really does. Fantastic player. He's intelligent enough to acknowledge that. I'm not saying he can't pass and can't read the floor, but he needs to stop putting himself in those downhill positions where he gets stuck and traps the offense. Now everybody's scrambling to get the ball back to the clean side of the floor. And I've noticed that. So if it really does fall on Jalen Brunson more than a lot of people,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will see how they look. Just a quick heads
Yeah.
up, we are at hour 40. Just quick heads up.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah,
We just entered the top 5.
yeah. So not saying we have to speed it
I
up,
feel
but
like this part is gonna be a little bit quicker.
yeah. So
I don't think so.
we're in the top
We'll
5,
see.
no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Let's just get through
Oh
it.
wait, I have to do 6.
Come
I
on.
have to do 6. What is?
Yeah, you have to do
yeah,
6.
we'll
Then
just
we're
keep
in
it
the top
rolling.
5.
All right. Well, yeah. My number 6, which I won't talk about for too long, was the Wolves, which I
Okay.
think was I the highest in the Wolves, Jin, or your
I'm a
I had
spot
him at
higher.
7.
spot higher? Okay, yeah. So I got the Wolves at 6. They're just back-to-back conference finals. Anthony Edwards is 24 years old, and
Yeah.
he's very, very good. He's another one of those guys like Cade that could be top 5 MVP voting
110.
easily. And we
I
didn't talk.
expect that next year, to be
Yeah,
honest.
we need it. We didn't talk about Nas, Chris. Kind of upset you didn't bring up Nas. But we
True.
love Nas Reed around here. He got paid this offseason. Congrats to Nas.
Did.
Got himself some
Get
good
it back.
money. The sixth man of the year 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I like the Wolves, man. The roster did take a bit of a hit. But with Ant-Man, with Randall, and with the defense that Gobert gives you, Nas off the bench. Terrence Shannon jump will be good. He was
Rob
good.
Dilly year 2.
Rob Dilly year 2. Terrence Shannon shown flashes
Mm-hmm.
in the Western
Yeah.
Conference Finals. Game 3,
He
Thunder
hooped
got
that one
punched
game.
by 40.
Yeah.
He had 15. It was a good game.
It was
And then-
loud
Outscored Shea.
15 though. I'll make that clear. It was a very loud 15.
It was
like
very
that
loud.
15 felt like
he was
28
putting
points.
his name on the map for sure.
For
with
sure.
that. And then this year in the summer league, he was summer league first team, which I forgot that they even did that. But he was summer
Yeah.
league first team. He averaged 20, and he just has like a well-rounded offensive game. He's
For
a
sure.
hard driver and a good mid-range. So I like Terrence Shannon a lot.
For
But
sure.
I'll be quick on the Wolves. We can move to our top 5.
Okay. In my top 5, my number 5, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves as well. More of the same reason that Ant were alluding to. I'm excited to see what Nas Reed will do with some guys going out. So I see him taking a little bit more of an offensive role, especially with Nall being out.
Hopefully.
So that's going to be exciting. Terrence Shannon, it was a person I was really highest on coming out when I was talking about the Timberwolves. Just a young dude, high motor. Like Ant said, he put his name on the map with that Western Conference Finals game. I was a big fan of him when he was at Illinois. So it's just going to be exciting to see what he does in the league. Rob Dillingham, I feel like his time is coming. He's going to see more clock. I don't think he's going to see the as much clock as people are expecting because this is a hot take. I don't feel like right now his play style and his frame is going to be sustainable in the NBA right now. I feel like he needs to put some weight on. I feel like he needs to
Yeah.
become because he's one of the most skilled basketball players in the league. I will sit here and say that he has a great skill set, great handle, one of the best handles in the league. But he's like my size, maybe with 15, 20 pounds more muscle. So I just don't see how he's going to be sustainable as of right now. But who I could be dead wrong. He has Mike Conley as his master Shifu. So that's going to be really cool to see. So those reasons, they made the conference finals twice, last 2 seasons out of the West. You can't count them out just yet. Ant-Man is becoming just going to keep on. He was 7th in MVP voting back-to-back years. So we see it coming. It's just a matter of how it's going to mesh together. And we didn't even bring up Rudy Gobert like that. 4-time depoy, anchoring their
Gave the
defense.
Lakers 25 and 20.
And he was killing
He was
them.
frying LA.
That,
oh my!
he was frying them.
They were 6th in defensive
LA.
rating, and he is anchoring that. Rudy Gobert is just great defensively. And yeah, that's my 5.
Just us showing respect to the Wolves.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We're gonna love this. You ready?
Let's hear it, man.
At my number 5, we taking the party to the unction. Los Angeles Clippers now.
Damn.
Top 5 in the league?
Again, the same thing I've been doing with anything
not
that disagree with me. Kawhi Leonard would be the best Hawk of all time if he played one game there. But anyway, in real relevance, the Los Angeles Clippers are loaded. And just off of last year, I'll pin some stats. They were 3rd in defensive rating, 1st in blocks, 5th in steals, 2nd in assists. They pretty much hit the top 5 on a lot of metrics. I think they were also top 5 in 3-point percentage too, but lower volume. They added John Collins, who averaged 19 and 8 on a Jazz team with like 4 big men. Insane work. For somebody who's a lob threat and not really anybody that was a premier playmaker to give him the ball, it's really, really good
solid.
for his own creation. Yeah.
Isaiah Collier was over there. He was all right.
They added, like I said, John Collins. They added Brook Lopez, who technically led the league in blocks last year. Wemby didn't qualify, which, that's one thing. Brook Lopez, solid presence. This is another team where their big man rotation is pretty freaking good. They got Zoo, Brook, John Collins. They do not have Kai Jones anymore, I believe. I think he's in Dallas now.
I don't know where he is. I don't even know where Buddy is.
He's in Dallas now.
He be crashing out. I don't even. Yeah. He be wild.
They lost Norman Powell. Norman Powell had a phenomenal year for them last year. Addition by subtraction. You know.
Yes, sir.
Phenomenal year. Unfortunately, they lost him to the Miami Heat. They replaced him with Bradley Beal. Now, as far as the casual NBA perception of Bradley Beal is right now, he's whack on a big contract. But was last year. Now they got him on a team-friendly deal. I wouldn't really say 100% if he's better than Norman Powell in 2025. But after losing Norman Powell, that is a great hole to fill. They got Chris Paul, his final season. That's going to be fun. But when you talk about the big guns, Kawhi Leonard was phenomenal when he returned. He was super efficient. What did you say the stats before? Like 25 and 8, 25 and 7?
8, 5, 50, 40, 78 splits.
And what was surprising me was his handle. If you look at Kawhi Leonard's tape in the second half of 2025, he looked great with the ball. He looked like he was getting to the rim with ease. He had those quick combos in the bag. He doesn't look like injured, and that's what really, really I don't want to say concerns me, for lack of a better term, but it confuses me because every time he comes back from injury, he never looks slowed down. He still looks not like prime Kawhi Leonard like 2019, but he still looks like he is Kawhi Leonard, and I trust him with the ball in his hands more than most people in the NBA. He's a dog. He's a demon. He'll never lose the midi. Only thing that has noticeably taken a step back, and it's more so of effort rather than ability, is his defense. And, anybody that you can't sustain elite two-way play late into your 30s. Nobody.
Especially when injuries of that caliber.
Yeah, especially when of course. But he's a force. And in the playoffs, I trust him over a lot of dudes. You have James Harden, how you spoke about before, went from being one of the more generational scorers to really transcending into a solidified one.
Yeah.
and he's got a lot of weapons. He's got, Boggy. Chris Dunn has proved to be great on defense.
Mhm.
You can go down the list. They still have Derrick Jones Jr., who can be a decent athlete and lob threat, chase
Decent.
around on defense.
Freak
Decent.
athlete.
Whoa, freak athlete. Yeah, I meant
Yeah.
so more so decent in terms of contribution,
Decent.
Okay.
like because
Fair,
he's
fair,
gonna
fair,
be
fair,
like
fair.
the ninth guy,
Sneaky
eighth,
good
ninth, whatever.
defender too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got
he's
the
lengthy.
arm
He
length.
get
He's
up.
Yeah.
athletic.
He
Yeah.
was guarding Shea, Western
Yeah,
Conference Finals. No,
they
wait.
got a lot of
Dallas.
heads.
Dallas
So
series, sorry.
age may be a factor, but they have a lot, and they're not. It is crazy though, because you think about Chris Dunn. He's also 31 years old.
Wow.
I'm missing. Am I missing somebody? They got one more
We had
dude.
everybody on.
I think it got everybody.
Bogdan
Did I?
Bogdanovich, you ain't really bring up.
They
We
got Cam
talked about
Christie.
uh,
He's cool. No, I
You
brought
say, you
Bogdan.
say Cam Christie.
Bro, you know how
No,
many
no
times like
disrespect to Cam Christie, but come on.
no disrespect, but come on,
Mhm.
he looks just like Max Christie. It's so funny, bro.
That's
Anytime I'm
funny
watching
as
the
hell.
Clippers, I'm like,
Cam
but yeah, I
Christie. That's
really
That's
tough.
like
Doug
this
Christie's
team.
son.
Doug Christie's son. If you know, you know.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
No
Patty
relation.
Mills is here. Shout out Patty. No base.
Yes, sir, Patty. Known 2K base.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Patty Mills. They got a
Ty
lot. They got a
Washington's
lot on this
here,
team,
but
man.
yeah. You got everybody.
You got everybody.
You got everybody.
But I
I'm
give my
very
two
high
cents.
on the Clippers.
Mhm.
I think I don't think it's going to be a conference finals appearance because spoilers, three of the remaining four teams here are Western Conference teams. I think are
The
better
West is
and
stacked.
do have a yeah. But they had a very strong second half of the year. Even though they did lose first round to the Nuggets, that was a very entertaining series.
That
Both
was.
Kawhi and Harden dueled it out. But I think that Aaron Gordon dunk, oh my God,
That
that
was
was a
sick.
great series.
It was.
I believe in these guys, man. I understand that age is an issue and age is a factor. If when the playoffs start, like April, if April starts and the Clippers are fully healthy, watch out. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Because that's going to be some problems, offense
It's gonna
and
be fun.
defensively.
It's gonna be
Okay.
a very fun season, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who you got there? Ant?
My number 5, we talked about it, so I'll just be quick again. I have the Knicks
Mhm.
at number 5, top
Yep.
5 team in the league. And yeah,
Yep.
not my highest Eastern Conference team. I do have a team over them, but I
Okay.
do like the Knicks. I think they got it, dude. I think it's a finals year for them, man.
Has to be.
It's a weaker East. It's them, Cavs, Hawks. Well, what we think of the Hawks, but Knicks, Cavs. I
The
guess
Hawks
going from
is,
last
man.
year, we'll see.
Okay, my fault.
And
That's really it. It's really just those three, unless
That's it.
Giannis has something
I
to
mean,
say.
the
Yeah,
Bucks. Yeah, you
yeah.
can't ever count Giannis
can
out,
never
bro.
count
Unless
He's
Giannis
such
Giannis
a
has something to
dog,
say
bro.
about it. Yeah.
Unless the Pistons Magic do actually take that step. The
Fair.
Magic could
To the
be
finals,
very
though?
competitive. Well, I mean, and the Pacers just made the
Just
finals.
like yeah, word.
True.
So we'll
A
see what happens.
Hawks finals run would be fire. That would be
Right?
mad cool. I'm
And they're
not
just
gonna lie.
Telling y'all
outrunning and
niggas
just
to
outpacing
expect it.
everybody.
I see it. I can see the vision. I'm
It
not
would
gonna
be
lie.
very cool. Yeah, but
Expect it.
just quick Knicks stuff.
Hmm.
Tyler Kolek, who they drafted last year, didn't
Yeah.
really play this season, but he looked solid. And in the summer league, he did play quite well. In 5 games, it was 12 and 5 dimes, which isn't
Okay.
bad. And we
Not at
know
all.
we
Yeah.
know, he could get he could score. He's a bucket getter for sure, and the passing is slightly there. We've seen. So I don't know if he'll play this year. I would like him to, but just to see what he can be good because I do like the draft pick. And
For
then
sure.
Yeah.
I have another question for you guys, which I have a take on. But do you think that the Knicks starting 5 should be the double big lineup with Cat at the 4, Mitch at the 5, which they were kind of going back and forth on during the playoffs, and they committed to it against the Celtics because they had Al and KP.
I
So I
answer
want to
this
see
one
what you
first.
guys think. Yeah, what's up?
I think it's actually perfect because you did extend your sentence and say playoffs. I think it has a better chance of working in the playoffs when the half court slows down, and even then, I'm still iffy on it. In the regular season, it is not sustainable. I think one because I love Mitch. He's had his injury history. He's pretty slow on his feet, and also the hacker Mitch thing. He cannot make a damn free throw. I think there's a multitude of reasons why he would get run off the floor. And in today's modern NBA, there's a lot of bigs you can get. Not necessarily that I could say by name, but in terms of a prototype, you can get a more agile and mobile big to put next to Cat. I don't think it's like Mitch is the best big you can put next to him. So I don't know. I think I like Cat at the 5. He made such a rebounding jump this year. Not that he was ever a mid rebounder or bad rebounder, but he was what he put up
Oh
like
yeah,
12 a
no,
game this year,
yeah, nah. He
13 a
was one
game
of the
He
almost.
league
went down.
leaders in boards. He was top five.
Yeah, he had a big rebounding jump. I think he likes playing the center position, and
Sure.
you need that speed, you need that scoring. Mitch really isn't bringing you much besides rebounding. Like he's not that premier of a defender at the rim. He's a body and he's a veteran and he's gonna always do what he's going to
Very
do.
good at the rim,
I don't think he's elite to the
dude.
point of you're gonna stop high flyers and elite big men. Like Giannis is frying him. Giannis is
Well,
giving him
that's
80.
Giannis. I think
That's
I
what I'm
think I
saying.
think
But
you're
in
I
the
think you're
playoffs,
down.
Giannis doing that to
I
anybody,
think you're
bro.
downplaying full health, max health Mitchell Robinson defensively. I think he's very,
maybe
very
I
good
am a little bit, but we
defensively.
haven't seen it for a
That
long
is
time.
true.
I think any of the top 15 big men are giving him work. I'm not gonna lie. Not 15, like maybe 10. I'm dragging it. He's just he's not sustainable as a big man in my opinion. So I like Cat at the five. Off the
Sure.
bench, and when you need him in a playoff environment, yes, if you need somebody like Mitch Robinson is the best person to be. And that might sound redundant, but you get what I'm trying to say. When you need a
Very
guy
good.
like Mitch Robinson, I like him there. But in terms of sustainability throughout a whole season, we're very fast paced as a league now. I think he's kind of devolving. Like we're evolving away from his type of guy. And not to say guys like that can't be effective, but with injury history and everything, I don't like him at the five starting. I think it's better
Sure.
when you run Josh Hart, McHale, and Anobi at those three in between.
Jaden, what do you think?
My take on it, pretty short and sweet. Like it's situational. We've seen it work really well against the Celtics. So like when you go against teams of that caliber and maybe just like feeling out throughout the season, like what teams that will work on, what teams that won't work on. It's
For
more
sure.
just a feeling out thing. And I liked it. I was a big fan of it, especially in the playoffs. I feel like they were more effective, especially in that Celtics series. They were more effective when they had Mitch and
Yeah.
Cat on the floor. Like I was honestly excited. I remember getting a report on my phone like, "Oh, Mitchell Robinson will be taking Josh Hart's starting lineup spot tonight." I thought that was really dope because they were really good with both of them on the floor. Like the Celtics, they couldn't fuck with them when they were both on the floor. So
Yeah.
I think in a playoff setting, I think for sure go double big.
Yeah.
But in the season, let's just play around with lineups.
Okay.
You got good guys. Josh Hart, very interchangeable. He could play the four. He has played the four before. So
Mhm.
I'm not mad at it. Ariel Hockpurdy, he is there. He is also 7 feet tall. So you have to utilize like you don't want to have a guy there just riding. And he's only 23 years old. So he's a
Yeah.
really young dude too. So just giving him the chance to develop in the season too, see what he could do towards the end of the season if he's worthy of playing in the playoffs. It's just very situational, but I'm for the double big for sure,
So am
especially
I.
in the playoffs.
I'm for the double big. I like it a lot. I will.
Situationally in the playoffs, I agree with y'all. I just don't think
Okay.
it's the long term answer.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, that
We
was my
also
number.
forgot to mention,
You
I
good?
don't think anybody mentioned Deuce McBride.
Oh,
I
Deuce.
think they need to
Yeah,
utilize
fair.
him
Yeah,
more
nah,
too.
he's gonna be great off the
He's a good
bench.
player. Good ball
Yeah,
player. Can let it go. I
They were
like
for
it.
playing
sure.
with his minutes. I think with more consistency, he really could be impactful.
Yeah.
He plays very hard. He has the ability to make a couple shots in a row. He can be that flamethrower, that six man. I think they need to utilize him more, definitely.
I like it.
But yeah, just to
Sure.
throw that in because we didn't mention him.
Yep. And then we can head right into Jaden's four. We're in the top four.
Let's get it.
My
It's
four.
going to be a lot of similarities here, by the way. So just for the
Yep,
people. So
and
Yeah,
we'll
that's
just
why.
rattle all our thoughts now, and then we'll speed it up for you.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because we just spoke about them for another
Yeah.
20 minutes. It's the Knicks.
Oh, okay.
It's understood.
Yeah.
Don't need to be explained. We just went into it a lot. Um, fifth in offensive rating, great offense. 13th in defensive rating,
Good.
so pretty all right. I see them as the strongest team in the East. Hawks are trailing behind them, but but yeah, they're a solid team. Good pickup, Jordan Clarkson. Shout out Mike Brown. Want to see what he does with that team. He's a big fan of OG. I'm a big fan of OG, so
Who
it
is
should
it?
be fun seeing exactly right. It's gonna be fun seeing how he utilizes him on that squad. But yeah, Knicks are my 14 right now. They should come out the East, in my opinion.
I like that.
I agree.
Chris?
My number four, I have the Houston Rockets. I
Oof.
there's really not much to say. I was telling these guys before we pressed record on this. There's not much to say about the Rockets, not negatively, I mean. They they look really good. They built a culture last year, and then you go out and you add Kevin Durant. You know, you're expecting great things. In terms of weakness, maybe their interior defense, but even still, they were sixth in
I wouldn't
defensive
even
rating.
say
I'm
that, man.
sorry.
They got
They were-
Steven Adams
That's
and
what I'm
Clint
saying.
there.
Yeah, Sengun is the starter, and he's not known as a great defensive big man. That's my
That's
only
fair.
thing. But even that, it's
That's
not
fair.
trash. And I
Yeah.
meant to say fourth in defensive rating, not sixth. That's me.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's really not much negatively to say. We're going to see another jump from Amen Thompson. Sky's the limit for that guy. I like Fred VanVleet. I think Fred VanVleet's pretty good for them down there. He's running that role very well. Like I said, you add Kevin Durant. Um, Not much else. Sengun, we're projecting him to get past what he 22 a game last year, 21 a game last year.
He got you
He's
at
gonna be that second
19.
scorer next to KD. Um, Really addition by subtraction. I'm not the biggest Jalen Green guy. I think losing him is going to expand everybody else's opportunities, and I expect them to have a great year. I pretty much should lock them in for a top 3 seed in the West, top 4 seed in the West, if anything. But they're going to be really, really good. And adding a veteran presence like KD, who is still capable of putting up 30 a night in his sleep, what more could you ask for?
Yeah,
For sure.
that's fair.
What you got?
Yeah.
My number 4, which I don't know if I'm the highest in them, but I do have the Cavs at 4. Which,
Do.
yeah, hearing you guys talk about the Cavs, the roster, whatever you might think of them, it is what it is. Because I really do like the Cavs. I love the defense. I love Jared Allen. I love Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell, one of the
USC.
best shooting guards in the league. When
Fair.
Darius Garland is healthy and plays, is a very consistent and not shooting, but consistent when it comes to being a playmaker.
Good point guard.
Just a great point guard. The shooting,
He's
especially in
going
the
to bring
playoffs,
something every night.
isn't
Yeah.
isn't great. But I
Gonna
do
fuck
really
you up.
like
That's another thing,
Darius
yo. His
Garland.
bag is OD, bro. I
Top
think his
5 bag.
bag is absurd.
Elite
For
bag.
sure. OD.
And then just like kind of just the depth they have. We talked about Lonzo. Sam Merrill's gonna play a good amount of point guard for them with Darius Garland out to start the season. So whatever you think of Sam Merrill, which he was okay-ish, whatever. Dean Wade minutes. I love my guy Dean Wade. Dean Wade's nice.
Shout out Sam Merrill, man. Mr.
Yeah, no
Irrelevant.
disrespect.
I would love to see them retain Ty Jerome, though.
Yeah,
Uh,
but he wanted money. I like him on the
Yeah,
Grizzlies. They got
we know what
Lonzo
happened.
for it, so hindsight, it's not terrible. Craig Porter is on the roster.
Sam Merrill.
Don't
Eh.
disrespect Sam Merrill, man. He's nice.
My fault. My fault.
I did
Mr.
draft
Irrelevant.
Tyrese Proctor out of Duke, but I doubt he plays. If he does, it would be nothing crazy. But yeah, I like the Cavs. They have him here. I have them up at 4 because we saw what they've done in the regular season. We see the defense. We know Donovan Mitchell.
Mhm.
So I'm at 4.
Okay.
Nothing
That's
crazy.
fair. That's fair. And now, hey, this brings us into our
Top
top
three.
3.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's pretty consensus. Not going to get too much into it. I do want to highlight some guys when I do get into it, but not too much to say
course.
about the team. Number 3, I got Denver. 21st in defensive rating, but top 5 offense in the NBA. And that's always going to
You know
happen when you have Nikola Jokic, the Joker. I'm not going to get too much into him. Niggas know what he do, bro.
We know what he does.
I think he's going to enter the chat again and get himself another MVP this season, especially when you surround him with shooters like Tim Hardaway Jr. They pick
That's the
up
MVP right now.
sound good. Anyways, got Tim Hardaway Jr. You pick up Cam Johnson, which is great, and Christian Braun was great for them. That's another guy I really want to highlight. I feel like he was very deserving for most improved player. He jumped his points per game a whole 8 points, and he did this on absurd 58, 40, 83 shooting splits.
Insane.
Extremely efficient. Just a good basketball player. Just really excited to see what he does next season. Like, is that going to be stagnant with Cam Johnson and Tim Hardaway coming in? Are you going to play a different role? And he's also a very high motor guy, great athlete, good defender. He fits in with Denver perfectly. Them getting Bruce Brown back after that's who they won the championship with a couple seasons ago. That was really cool. And Peyton Watson, lastly, I'm really high on Peyton Watson. He has great intangibles, good length, young dude, freak athlete. The scoring, it slowly progresses. I think it's been like 4, then 6, then 7. Like, it's slowly going up for sure, but it's the potential for me. I love his two-way ability. It's really promising. Really good athlete, like I stated previously. I'm just excited to see the jumps that he will continue to take. Also, one of the youngest NBA champions ever. Fun fact. But Yeah, I got Nuggets at my 3 for those reasons exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff.
At my 3, Anthony just shed some light on it. I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are my top team in the East going into next season. 60-win team. We saw the defense, again, similar things to what Anthony said. I really like the Lonzo addition. I think they needed some some backcourt defense, and Lonzo's going to provide that. Can he stay healthy? We hope so, because he was really that in Chicago. In Chicago, he was a great distributor, very plus defender. He got the jump shot right, and I think if he can get back to that, then he's going to be great for them. Like I said, I would have liked them to re-sign Ty Jerome, but business is business.
All right,
They went with
they got Sam Merrill, man. Sorry.
Sam Merrill,
Stop
and I
disrespecting.
trust them to build on it. I trust them to build on their 60 wins from last year. I believe they should have beat the Pacers too, but the Pacers pacered last year.
They should have beat the Pacers last year, but yeah.
They should have beat them. But yeah, they were 8th in defensive rating last year. Hopefully Lonzo can improve that. Can Darius Garland stay healthy? Because when he can, nobody can stay in front of him at all. Him and Tyrese Maxey are like pretty much my two people that like you cannot, no matter who you put, you can't stay
And
in front of them.
Swiper and De'Aaron Fox.
And yes, and De'Aaron Fox, he's in there too. You can't stay in front of those guys, man. It's really hard. And Garland has an incredible playmaking touch, very shifty. I'd like the shooting to get less streaky out of him. Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion, the best two guard in the NBA. He's phenomenal. They got the front court defense, DeAndre Hunter. A lot of good things to say about this team. They all buy in defensively, really, and that was their weakness last year, in my opinion. They needed backcourt defense, and they got that with Lonzo now. I'd like to see them make a title run, and like we said, I think it's pretty good chance, and we should all expect Knicks and the Cavs to be in the conference finals. So for those reasons, those are my top 2 Eastern teams, and that's why I got the Cavs at 3.
Hawks. All right.
Hawks. Shout out Joe Johnson, man.
Shout out Joe. All right, now my number 3. I have the Houston Rockets here at number 3. I have spoilers. I have Denver above them, but Jaden got into some Rockets talk. I'll keep it short.
We need to.
Yes, we do. We are at 2 hours and 2 minutes. Anyways, Alfred Sengun, one of my favorite players in the entire league. And this is not really a hot take, but this is what I'm going to say. This is his team. I know KD's there. I know KD's KD, but this is Sengun's team. And he's very good. Last year he averaged 19, 10, and 5 dimes. He's only going to get better. He's the youngest center in history to have 30, 15, and 5 dimes. He's very, very good, man. And I think he's only going to improve, to be honest. The playmaking is there. The scoring will get better. His splits actually were a bit down from last year, but it'll get better. He's 23, 24 years old. Nothing crazy. Another guy I want to quickly talk about is Reed Shepherd, number 3 overall pick a couple of years back. I think it's Reed's time. I think he's finally going to get clock. I think he's going to show the world what he thinks he could do. I mean, I guess what he can do, I guess. I don't know. But in the Summer League, he was frying in the Summer League, dude. He played 2 games, and he averaged 23, 6 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks.
And he was commanding the ball. He was taking a lot of shots. Not in a bad way, but he was looking
He was just
dominant.
being the guy. And then the
Rockets... he's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, the Rockets realized... The Rockets literally shut him down. Like, you're too good for Summer League.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's Reed Shepherd's time, man. I agree. Hopefully he could get some clock and show what he could do. That'd be great. And
I agree.
I think they could have the upside of having a top 3 defense as well, with Amen, Tari, and Dorian Finney-Smith too.
Shout out Tari Eason.
Love Tari.
They mentioned Tari Eason. I left it to you.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah. And that'll bring me into my 2 spot, which is the Houston Rockets. More of the stuff that he was alluding to. They're already top 5 in defensive rating. I only see that going up. But he hit everything on the head for real. Shout out Tari Eason. I want to see a big jump with Jabari Smith. I think that is very likely to happen because he is paired up with the greatest pure scorer to ever touch a basketball in Kevin Durant. So I feel like Tari Eason will also take an offensive jump too. I feel like all of those wings, having Kevin Durant there as their vet, as their scoring vet at least, is just great. They have great vet presence. You got two champions in Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant. You got Steven Adams, who's been there. He's been in situations. Uncle Jeff, been there, made finals before. If I'm not mistaken, he has a ring with
Believe
Denver.
so.
Denver. He was on the Denver team.
Yeah, with Denver. Yeah. So you have guys around you who have been there. Clint Capella, fan favorite in Houston. He's back there. So that's going to be really fun. So it's just, I have a lot of faith in this team. They made their team so much deeper. You got Dorian Finney-Smith, who has
Yeah,
a 7-foot wingspan, shooting 41 from three. Doesn't mind guarding your best player. You're not getting Dylan Brooks scoring out of him, but you are getting the defense out of him for sure. And the
yeah,
reliability from behind the arc is there too. Like I said, he shot 41 from three last year. That's really good. You add Josh Okogie as well, which is just another high motor guy who just loves to play defense and just they'll just fit in really well. I feel like Amen Thompson, like Chris alluded to, is going to take a huge leap offensively, defensively. He's going to just thrive, especially in the full court. Uh, Fred VanVleet, he's great. I'm not mad at that being your point guard, NBA champion. A little streaky, but bucket getter regardless. Sengun, the centerpiece, the core, the guy. He's only going to get better. How is he, Ant? 23, 22?
Yeah, around
23,
there.
24,
Yeah,
something like that.
really, really young dude. So you have a lot of promise, especially in the future. But right now, I have them at 2 because I don't think they're better than 1. I don't think
Bro, I'm
anybody's
kind of
better
mad at
than 1.
myself. I forgot to mention Jabari Smith. Like, I really
For
wanted
sure.
to do that.
It's all right, man. If you want to go on a
Jabari
little,
Smith's
if you want to
nice.
go on a little, yeah.
No,
Word.
just like I've been counting on it for like 2 years. Every year, I'm like, yo, can Jabari
I
Smith
feel
make
like
the
it's gonna
jump?
happen.
That's
It's
He's
gonna
gonna
got the
happen
happen with
with
tools,
Kevin.
him,
man. How
man.
could you not when you're sitting next to Kevin Durant?
Yeah,
Like,
nah,
how
it's
could
gonna
you not?
happen with
He's
Kevin
too
Durant
good.
there, bro.
The talent is
He's
there.
gonna get the jumper right. He gonna get
Yeah,
the yeah.
all that. But anyways, that's my 2. What you got there?
All right. At my number 2, and like we said, we're just gonna keep shuffling and repeating these. I have the Denver Nuggets at my 2. I again watched us go to war with them last year. They have Nikola Jokic. Not much needs to be said about that guy. He can win MVP any year he's playing, probably for the next 10 years. He, I mean, their biggest thing. I'm big on losing things that are holding you back. It was time for MPJ to go. As much as Nuggets fans may have loved him and the big moments that he did bring to that team, it was time for MPJ to go, man. And when you lose him and replace him with somebody like Cam Johnson, who is essentially, in a way, a younger version of him who's better at defense, you count that as a win. You
For
know,
sure.
I,
Yeah.
as a Russell Westbrook fan, I'm going to be biased. I don't agree with them not bringing Russ back. I think he, at times, was their second best player last year when Jamal Murray was being streaky early season. I think he has a lot to offer, but they went against that, and they brought in Bruce Brown, hometown hero, very familiar with the team and the roster. Very great energy piece. What was that? You all right? Need some water?
I
We're
actually
good, man.
coughed. I actually coughed. I was trolling you
Like,
before,
actually,
but
though,
I actually coughed just now.
I thought you was trolling.
Nah.
Anyway, yeah, they're gonna run it back. They got their core. We don't need to mention all of them. Aaron Gordon. That's what I was thinking. They did get Valanciunas. That's a good backup big next to Jokic. I agree
Lucky
with that
Giannis.
a lot from the Nuggets off front office standpoint. Um, yeah, I think they're going to compete. I think not having MPJ sit corner and do nothing when he's not involved helps them a lot. Cam Johnson, even if he's only putting up 10 points on a night, he'll get you what he needs to get
He
you.
won't
Way
be
more
doing
than
that.
that.
I promise you. Yeah, he won't be
Get you
doing that. I promise
15.
you that.
No, not 10 points a night. I'm saying on a night where he has 10
Oh,
points
okay.
and impact.
He'll still be
Yeah,
impactful. Yes.
yeah. So I
I
like it. You just gotta build it around Jokic. You have
for
Jokic as the
sure.
centerpiece. You know,
Yeah.
I like
I
what they've done.
forgot. I forgot a little funny fact about the Denver Nuggets. It was more on Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon 2 seasons ago was not a great 3-point shooter. Took 1.9 on average. Shot 29% from 3. And shout out Nerd Sesh, by the way, because I got this from them. Um, Last season, he almost doubles his 3-point attempts from 1.9 to 3.4. And he jumps a crazy 14% to
Yeesh.
44% from 3
That is great.
in the 24-25 season. So the volume went up and the efficiency went up too. So that is a really huge plus. That's
You
a
know why?
great plus for them. Why is that?
You got in the lab with Lethal Shooter
That's tough.
2 summers ago.
That's
There you
tough.
go.
And
He
it
did.
is. That's tough. But yeah, that was just a little fun little fact. Thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then
Shout out
yeah,
Lethal Shooter.
my
Mhm.
number 2 is Denver. I'm not gonna say much, but Chris said everything we had to say about Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But I will just shout out one guy. He was undrafted rookie. His name is Tamar Bates. He was at Missouri. He was at Mizzou, and he averaged 13 a game, shooting 40 from three. He's a 6'5"
Okay.
wing. I don't know if he'll
Okay.
play, but just
He
if you see
fits
him on
that
the
mold
roster,
though.
yeah, like hey, if you see him on the roster, maybe playing, at the end of the game, you'll see. But I just want to give him a quick shout out, just to like remember the name, because he's a good player at Mizzou.
Shout out to
Remember when
him.
I was so high on Zeke Naji as their backup big, and I was just
Yeah,
wrong.
he's absolutely tremendous.
Just
Yeah.
shout out Vlaco
It was-
Concardo.
Shout
That's
out
my
to our
guy.
guy Vlok though.
That is our guy
Yeah.
for sure.
And now, I mean, our
Marco
number one,
Concha.
let's just
Consensus.
consensus.
It's consensus.
The Thunder are number one. Chris and I are
Yeah.
happy about that.
Do y'all do it
Crazy.
again? That's the thing. We're
That's
gonna
literally
see.
it.
Are we gonna do it again?
There's not.
Guys, y'all, there's nothing to say
There's
about y'all,
nothing
bro.
to say. This is.
Oh, I
You
mean,
guys were
there is. We set a lot of records. We
Oh,
almost
God.
did it.
Man,
We almost did it. We I think we were like 2 weeks shy of becoming the only team in NBA history with more steals than turnovers. We lost it towards the end of the season.
Pain.
We had the highest point differential in NBA history, first in defensive rating, first in steals. I think we were also top 5 in 3-point percentage. We had 3 guys or 4 guys, if I'm not mistaken, in the top 10 of steals per game. It's a lot, man. You could go down the laundry list. We set so many defensive records
Yeah.
last year.
my niggas
But
mid.
in terms
One
of
the best
roster
teams of all
construction,
time.
one of the best teams we have seen in recent years, and it's not even an overstatement. Can we do it again and really stamp names in the textbooks, which is crazy to say because we won a whole championship? Yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
Also, shout out Jalen Williams, led the league in defensive rating last year.
That's tough.
Okay. Shout out J Dub
Shout out
or
Dub.
J Will.
J Dub.
J Dub. Okay,
J Dub.
for
You
sure.
know J Dub's gets.
I mean, I got 2 of them. Like
that
shit.
is true.
And I also just educated these guys today. Cason Wallace now has the highest win percentage of all time.
That's tough.
Wow.
And
Shout out
he's
to
younger.
random. No Thunder stat. Not much
Okay.
really to say, bro.
There's nothing to
Are we
say
gonna
about
do
them
it again?
niggas, bro. Y'all just got to do it again. We gotta see
They're
it.
number
Now, can
one,
I ask y'all a question?
Yo. Yes.
Who has the best chance to dethrone us?
The Houston Rockets.
I think it's Denver.
It's just one of those two.
One of
Those are my
those two,
1
for
and 2.
sure. It's not an East team, I don't think.
You don't
No.
think we'd lose to anybody? We only lost to the
No.
Cavs once last year.
Yeah.
We beat
That
we
was
were
last
29
season.
and 1.
I think Thunder matched
29
up
and 1
really
against
well
the East
against
is
the
tough.
Knicks. I
The
think it's the
Hawks
Yeah.
Nuggets
do
and the
match up with
Rockets.
y'all niggas really well.
We
Not
blew
until
the
4
Knicks
game
out twice
series.
last year.
The Hawks
I'm
gotta
just
make the
saying.
playoffs.
All
Yeah,
right.
that first Hawks Thunder game is gonna be so
Y'all
funny for
remember
us to
this
watch.
shit, man. Y'all remember
We gotta
this,
watch
You act like
man.
I'm hating on the Hawks. Who is yo?
I remember this. But anyways, man,
You can wrap it
that's
up.
going to conclude part 2. That is our power rankings from 1 to 30. If you ain't see 15 to 30 or 30 to 15, go check that out. But
Watch that.
yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun. That concluded our first power ranking. And we got more coming for y'all soon. Our next type of content will be who we're buying stock in and who we're taking stock away from. This is something that we do amongst each other to where we put trust in guys. And then the guys that we
That was my
maybe
Zeke
put
Naji
trust
last
in,
year.
exactly. Guys that we maybe put trust in last year, they might have lost it, something of that sort. But that's just more of our content. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, do what y'all got to do. Enjoy y'all Sunday. Happy Labor Day to all that
Happy
celebrate.
Labor Day.
And
As
let's
we're-
go.
Hey,
as
we
we're
around the
filming
corner.
this.
Preseason starting soon.
Preseason is
We're
starting
Preseason
starting
does
soon.
start soon.
Also,
Gotta be live. It's gonna be a great year.
The stock video will not be 2 hours and 13 minutes long.
Oh no,
I'll
Facts.
tell you that. It'll probably be like an
Facts.
hour.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
these videos were longer because we have to cover all 30 NBA teams.
All these, yeah.
So going forward, don't worry,
This is-
they're
yeah.
not going to be 10-hour
This
podcast
is not our
episodes.
forte at
they'll,
all.
they'll probably be at like that hour 30 range, which is
Maybe.
like a healthy spot to be at. So
For
yeah,
sure.
And we sat here expecting this to be an hour, and we ended up going further than the first video,
yeah,
which is crazy.
Very
But
that's
true.
gonna be wild.
Yeah.
All right,
got things to say.
But
we can end
anyways,
it.
y'all have a
day.
good one, y'all.
Sir.
All right.